What's up, Doom Nation? We are back once again, and guess what, Doom Nation? We are together again, and it feels so good. What's up, buddy? Not like we don't see each other weekly, but...
In the flesh.
Yeah, we're in the flesh. We are in the shack in the back, and you are listening to the Two Doom Men podcast. As always, it's Skaggs and the Captain, and we got a couple of guests here today.
Yes, sir. We are back with the Doughboys for the first time since the Christmas special.
Hooty hoo!
Hooty hoo! What up? What up?
Reunited and it feels so good.
We got the Ninja Turtle Trill.
Yo, what's going on?
We got the Bodega Cat in the flesh.
Woo!
And the king of the trash realm in person. It has been a while since we've done a Slice of Doom.
Yep.
But it's
Oh
good to
my
see you in
God.
person, brother.
Yeah. Thank
Jimbo
you
the
for
Kid.
having me here. Appreciate it. I'm happy to be back. I am. I got so much shit to talk.
All right,
Go.
good.
Oh boy.
Let it rip. Fuck.
Yeah,
we have
so-
no notes. I'm not prepared at all.
This is
I
a
mean,
fun episode,
Let me tell you
guys.
something. I'm in a fighting spirit. You gave me Ukrainian vodka.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. I want to go there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
What's
Oh,
another
boy.
billion to them? And
Yeah.
it's not, if they're going to give us more vodka, send them another billion.
Yeah. Right.
But they should have to send us back vodka.
Yeah.
Like, if me, John Q. taxpayer, if I'm going to fund war in Ukraine, I at least want, like,
$30
free
billion worth of
Ukrainian vodka for the
vodka.
rest of my life. Like,
Oh
Willy
my
Wonka.
God.
I take
That's
that
a-
shit.
They should be handing out Ukrainian vodka with all the free COVID tests.
Yes.
Yo, for real. For real.
Yes.
For
Then
real.
once people taste this Ukrainian vodka, they'd be like, I think I might have COVID. I need to get another test, man.
Yeah.
Give me another apple.
Man, I want Zelensky to hand me like a golden
signed
ticket,
bottle?
you
Yeah.
know, free Ukrainian vodka for the rest of your life. Thank
But
you.
I want music video Zelensky too. You know, when he was
Oh,
in
yeah,
all
yeah.
leather and like a G-string.
Yeah.
That's who I want.
Oh, my
Hand me the
God.
bottle. 'Cause that's right. The Ukrainian president was in a music video.
Wow.
Yeah. He was a comedian, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think so. Something
Yeah, he
like
was
that.
he's okay. So we're watching a movie in real life actually because he is an actor. He's an actual actor. He's really
Wow.
So was President Trump,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So was
So-
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And
Yep.
so I
Not
think
president, but-
Trudeau.
Was he?
Yeah. From
Oh, that's
Canada.
right. Yeah, I heard
Yes.
this recently that Trudeau was.
Oh
the,
yeah.
Yep.
some
And
sort of actor.
and apparently, Elon Musk took like a 10-day sabbatical from Twitter and then posted a picture with the Pope's ex-wife.
What?
Wait, what?
I don't know if this is real.
Why?
I saw like a random like Facebook like
I
Truth
like it.
Social whatever ad that I would never read in a million years, and it's like Elon's back on Twitter with the Pope's ex-wife. Like, all right.
Captain came in with like last slice topics. So
Yeah.
Elon
Yeah.
Musk with the Pope's ex-wife. That is something you guys would probably
100%.
Oh my God. Yes.
dip into.
Question is, did he hit it?
Did he hit it?
Did
Oh,
he hit
God.
it? Did he smash?
Oh,
I mean,
God.
he smashed the Pope smashed and became the holiest man on the planet. So
How does a
that-
Pope even have a wife, though?
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
understand that.
It's another actor.
I gotta fact check the captain on this.
I
one.
no,
This
no,
doesn't
you can
sound
fact
fucking
check me.
right.
I don't know if I'm right.
Wait,
I just saw headlines.
correct me if I'm wrong, but like once you take a vow of
Well, he
church
could have had. He
celibacy.
could have been like an 18-year-old.
Well, let's be real. Back in the day, the Pope, there was one Pope that was in office, and he was the most corrupt Pope
And he
ever.
would just take your wife.
And he was literally organized crime. He was like a fucking what is it?
he was the John Gotti of Pope.
Basically,
Whoa.
exactly.
so is
Lord.
this Pope. So
Boy, I mean, what a website! What a website here.
There we go.
Moneycontrol.com. I've never heard of this website before, but let's see what they say. Elon Musk ended his 10-day Twitter hiatus. This is a website you'd be on, Cap. Moneycontrol.com.
Who is it? Is it written by J.G. Wentworth?
It might be.
877 cash now.
Doesn't even say. It doesn't even say who wrote it. That's fucking. Yeah, that's some good
That's a
journalism
good
there.
tell.
Elon Musk ended his 10-day Twitter hiatus, his longest break ever from the microblogging platform. He hopes to buy with 2 pictures from Italy. The first showed him with the Pope, and the second was a throwback with his ex-wife, Tallulah Riley.
so it's the Pope and his ex-wife.
No, I think it's Elon Musk's
Yeah,
ex-wife.
okay.
Yeah, this guy thought it was the Pope's wife. Oh, that is fucking
I mean, would
funny.
you guys even care if the Pope had a wife, or if any
don't
of these
do it.
priests had a wife?
Well, apparently, I think I think the Pope's on the way out.
Is he?
Yeah,
so?
he was talking about retirement. I don't know.
Can you retire as a Pope?
Yeah.
Yes.
he
Yeah,
stepped down.
Benedict did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Did he?
Benedict
Ratzinger, right?
Cumberbatch. He
John
stepped
Maybe,
down
I
and he
don't
became Doctor Strange.
Traded in a
Ratzinger.
white cloak
What-
for a
what's
Technicolor
the,
dream coat.
What's
Oh,
the show
God.
on Disney? What If?
Yeah, the what
Yeah,
if? What if
that's-
the Pope was
That
Doctor
would be
Strange?
great.
All right, so big question: Where's the Doughboys, man? You guys are streaming? You're not recording? What's the deal? Or am I opening up like a can of like?
No,
not
no, no,
really.
no, no, no.
No.
It's just what you call it? I guess like location.
Yeah,
issues.
that's another
That's the
thing.
only thing.
That's
That's the
part
only
of it.
thing and whatnot. But
It's, yeah, we don't have a studio space.
yeah, which we might have soon.
Soon.
Another one.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Done.
But we do need to
Hopefully.
record. We need to record something
Yes.
probably by next week.
Yes.
Because now that sitting here, I kind of
Let's
miss
get the
it.
juices flowing.
I get the itch.
Gets
Yeah.
the
Burn my
juices
eyebrows
flowing.
off.
Just do what we do, man. We
get
do
the itch.
we do them remote, you know,
Yeah.
most of the time because it's a
Webcam.
pain in the ass to fucking meet up all the time every
Yeah.
week to especially when
Yeah.
you guys all live far away from each other for the most part.
Yeah.
So it is a pain in the ass. Just do remote Zoom. It's easy.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you guys up to though? On
Yeah,
I know
what are you
I know
streaming?
both of you guys have started doing like hardcore Twitch streaming.
And drugs.
Well, Twitch and YouTube gaming.
Yeah. He does Twitch. I do YouTube.
What's
So
the difference?
I just
the
watched.
difference is Twitch is run by psychopaths,
Like the
AKA
Ninja
Jeff
Turtles.
Bezos.
and they will ban people for no fucking good reason.
AKA Jeff Bezos.
Do you have a hot tub in your room so you can play naked?
We need to get that. We need to do that, dude.
Well,
We've been talking about this for months.
That was one of the plans for my stream was to do a hot tub
Going anywhere else?
and whatnot. No.
Didn't you get paid for that too?
What?
The hot tub? Did you hit the goal?
No. I didn't even hit it yet. I
Oh,
was close to
yeah,
hitting it.
yeah.
I was close to hitting it. But I was going to get one of those inflatable hot tubs, put it in the apartment, and do a whole hot tub stream. These two guys were going to be there. I think you were going to be the lifeguard
Yeah, I was gonna
sitting
sit on
on
the
a
lifeguard
perch.
chair.
I wanted to get
And
him.
I forgot what you were going to be doing.
I think I was gonna be a shark in
Or
the
some
water or
shit.
something. So you guys remember Jackass, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Remember how Pontius was
Oh,
always
my
the
goodness.
lifeguard in like a bunny suit?
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I wanted to get him. Was like a bunny lifeguard suit, just so he could stand up on a high chair with the dark glasses.
So you guys seen like the ASMR stuff that
Yeah.
happens on Twitch? All these chicks are out here, you know,
I'll never forget
playing
your guys'
zero video games whatsoever,
We'll
right?
never forget your guys'
Bro, it's
video
bad.
of the ear one.
Yeah, the ear one. So
It's bad.
our plan was to do the same thing that these chicks are doing and see if he was going to get in trouble, which he shouldn't, obviously. But have him have fun. We were going to have like a bubble machine behind him and stuff like that. And then
We were gonna fully do
we were
it.
going to really
We were
go
gonna do it
balls to the
all
wall.
out.
Balls to the
Maybe
wall.
a green screen in the back.
But we
Have
lost
like
we
a-
lost the space to do it.
Yeah.
But hopefully, if we do get another studio space, he has to do it.
Yo, I have an idea,
have
Marcus.
to.
Fuck a hot tub. I want to see you in an ice bath while you're twitching.
Oh
How long
my
can you go?
God.
How long can you go, like in a game of Fortnite or something?
Should I do?
No, that should be a challenge for
character's
all
gonna
those
be
sexy
like,
chicks to hop in an ice
Wait,
bath.
should I do like a whole like sub goal thing? Like, oh, if you
Ice
like
bath.
If
give
you
5
double it,
subs,
yeah.
I'll sit in the tub for like 5 minutes
Yeah, you can
or
do
whatever.
that. Yeah,
Ooh.
see how long you can take it.
Yeah.
And now you also had like a little sponsor or something, no? Or you still do? Or you had a promo code for a second?
Oh
or
yeah,
that?
so I'm a part of the Rogue Energy team. So pretty much
Cancer in a can?
sponsored. Yeah, pretty much sponsored by Rogue Energy. It's one of the gaming energy drinks that are on the market. Besides like G Fuel, Ghost. What's the other one?
Those are the only two that I name. We do not name any other.
I tried.
We do not
the
name
Ghost,
any other company.
Oh, and
I tried the Ghost fucking Swedish Fish one. Wasn't too because like
Yeah.
Swedish Fish is like I know like
This guy.
You know what my thing about
dude,
those,
it's one of my favorite flavors
Yeah.
in the world.
You
bro.
know my thing
Red
about
Dye
those
number 5. Sorry.
all those like energy drink things. All they are is pre-workouts.
Yeah.
They just don't say the word pre-workout on
Essentially,
it.
that's what it is.
But that's all it is. It's a
Dude,
pre-workout.
at 24-hour fitness when I was going there, it was like Ghost was giving them out. Like
Really?
either like I think whoever put them in that refrigerator, like the sales rep,
Yeah.
is like driving around in a G-Wagon right now. It's like when I tell you like 6 a.m. I'm getting to the gym and there's like old ladies on like
Yeah.
the treadmill with like Ghost Energy just like
No way.
what?
and dude, everyone in I went to the gym 6 a.m., 1 in the afternoon, 6 o'clock at night, 3 different, vastly different crowds of
Yeah.
people. Everybody was drinking. No one ever gave me a free Ghost. Everybody was drinking that shit.
You can't
Holy
give
smokes.
Grandma Ghost. Her heart's gonna pop.
Yo, if Grandma's
for real.
working out
Going
on the
to
treadmill at
cardiac arrest.
6:30 in the morning, she's whooping all of our asses. All right.
Well, it's the same way the
Facts.
Instagram models who drink the Bang energy drink.
Oh,
Dude.
God.
Think they
Those
actually
chicks,
drink that shit,
Do you
though?
think that
No.
someone's gonna go
Whoa.
to and be like, "I need a Bang energy drink because I saw this twat drink it"?
Oh, I think so.
No,
Maybe.
100%.
There's that many
Yeah,
idiots.
yeah.
It comes from
underage
her.
kids.
It comes from her
Underage
tits.
kids.
I need it.
Right.
The mommy
From her
milkers.
tits. The mommy milkers.
Yo, the
mommy
mommy milker
milkers.
chick from TikTok is gorgeous. That little redneck chick. Oh, you guys don't know who I'm
Emma?
talking
I
about.
don't
No,
know.
not Emma.
I couldn't tell you her name if I tried.
From Twitch?
No, from
From TikTok?
From TikTok.
She started on TikTok. She's like a southern like country girl, but like
I'm sold.
The I think the mommy milker sound came from her.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, the soundbite?
Yeah.
You don't know?
No.
I'm
I
ashamed
would've
of
thought
the
you
three of
would've
you
known.
because you guys
No,
are
you
should
filthy.
be
You
ashamed
should
open up a
should
can
be
of
ashamed
worms.
of yourself.
I
This
have
guy's the
yet
only
to
one.
go.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, I should be sharing this.
There's so many chicks on TikTok that show their
Oh,
tits and
yeah.
stuff.
Bro,
like,
it's
how they don't get reported, bro. And I've yet to go on our page.
Hold on.
it's
hold on.
crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen of the table, can y'all define me the female body part that's at the very, very top? Looks like a bean. What is the proper term for that?
Clit?
The pussy flap?
Thank you.
Pussy flat.
allegedly, according to Twitch, the word clitoris is offensive.
Nice.
The full word.
I wonder
How,
why.
though? It's a scientific term.
I used it in a term for scientific term to describe the body part, and I got in trouble.
Oh, yeah, you did get in trouble.
Yeah, he did get in trouble. See,
Yeah.
that's the thing, is that Twitch and their guidelines, it's so restricted in what you can or cannot say. Like, even there's a streamer that got kicked off randomly for no reason off of Twitch. If you mention his name, his likeliness, or play his voice in the background, they have all reasons to ban you from
Sounds
Twitch.
like
No.
James
No
from
way.
Are
Are
you
you
serious?
The guy with the vest, right? Our
Dr.
favorite.
Disrespect.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait,
For real?
Dr. Disrespect
Yes.
is that banned?
Yes,
Wow.
that
He's
band.
banned from
So,
he
so,
got dropped.
so I feel like Twitch is probably like the most restrictive
Yes,
gaming
it is. Oh,
yeah.
streaming website. But I'm wondering, right? Here's my guess: if that has something to do with, this is going to get like dark real quick, but the mass shooting in Christchurch, New Zealand, years ago, that was streamed on Twitch. Like that psychopath guy.
The one that just
literally-
happened was streamed on
Was
live
it?
on Twitch.
Was it
Yeah, the
streamed
Buffalo
on
the
Yeah,
Twitch?
supermarket
Buffalo,
one.
yeah.
I
So
watched
I
it.
wonder
Yeah.
if those things being done like on Twitch has caused Twitch to be super fucking
No, I
restrictive.
think
This is-
Twitch
Nah,
just has
it's-
this ability to. But you know what though? You can only last so long before it all crumbles.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
we were
it's starting to
talking-
crumble right now, the
Yeah.
empire of Twitch.
because we were talking. So we were in Montauk last week, and the past 2 years, the Memory Motel has been a nightmare to go to. During the summer of COVID, when things started opening up, you had to sit in your chair and listen to all these rules.
For
And-
context, the Memory Motel is a bar for those listening.
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
might not
yeah.
know. You might be
Sorry,
like, why would
yeah.
we just be going to
You
hang out?
lose your
Yeah.
memory
Yeah,
there.
the Memory Motel is a very famous bar in Montauk, Long Island. It's the end of the island, and it used to be a hotel and a bar, but the bar is just so crazy. It's just a bar now. And during COVID, the restrictions there were insane. To the point, like, if you stood up, like, the bouncers would tell you to sit back down. And one of our boys was like, he stood up, and the bouncer was like, you need to sit down. And he was like, I'm leaving. And the bouncer straight up went, you need to sit down. And just put his arm on his hand on his shoulder. He's like, I'm leaving. He's like, I don't care. You sit down. Like, he's like, then how the fuck do I get out of here?
Jesus Christ.
And then the following year, anybody they reopened anything, dude. They put cameras in the fucking bathroom. Anybody who did any shady shit,
Can I
they were
just-
dragging them out left and right.
I want to make
This
a point
year,
real quick, Cap.
empty.
It's empty?
You'll make,
Yeah.
let's make the grand point here. But I just want to go back to that year, the COVID year. And looking back now, 2 years later, I mean, the shit human beings
Yeah.
did is so laughably nonsensical now, 2 years later.
Yep.
Speak of the Memory Motel, this was ridiculous where you couldn't
Yep.
stand up. We all had masks off when we were sitting down.
Yep.
Like, standing up is going to now make you get COVID. But do you remember we had to buy food in order to sit at the
Yeah.
table?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Right.
A lot of
So-
places were like that.
Not only was that the law by His Holiness, Governor Cuomo at the time, but at the
Whoa, whoa.
Memory Motel, you had to buy.
Emmy winner.
He was an Emmy winner, best-selling New York Times author as well. The Memory Motel, we had that little French fry like cardboard thing that everyone has, and there was a wrapped cheese sandwich in there, right? When you sat down to Memory Motel, by default, you had to pay for that cheese sandwich just so that on the books you were sitting down to eat something. And then you were legally there by the law. And if you thought, like, oh, who's going to stop this? There were fucking cops and fire marshals, health inspectors standing outside. And it's an outdoor thing, right
Yeah.
on the other
So
side of the
for
fence,
context-
watching what you're fucking
For
doing.
context, like the white picket fence you have around like your house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so around the Memory Motel is
Mm-hmm.
is the exact white picket fence, and then the patio that's outside is behind that fence. Literally, the cops were just standing there like,
Yeah. Again, pandemic,
Yep.
deadliest pandemic ever, right? You
sandwich?
can't do it. We're all dying,
feel
etc.
like I
You
would
got to
be
sit
like a
down. You got to buy a
fucking
cheese
mutant.
sandwich.
You were
Cheese
there for
sandwich
that
ain't
year,
even
right?
good.
Were
No,
you
no,
there-
no, I
you-
didn't
you
go that
came,
year.
Hot cheese soup?
2021, right?
I went the year before. Then the whole COVID year happened, so I took a break from that,
Good, it
and
was
then
a
I
good year to
came.
take a break.
Yeah.
Then I came back and whatnot.
Gotcha.
But
Hot cheese
yeah,
To
soup.
it
your,
was just
to your
wild.
point, there's a local bar in my neighborhood, and this is what happened. Same thing kind of happened. It's a local dive bar, and it's only locals. Everybody knows everybody, and it's been there for years, since the 70s, 80s, right? Obviously, they weren't following the law. You know, there's cops that go there, firefighters that go there. You know what I mean? Everybody from the community goes and supported this bar for years. Health department actually came in to the venue, and the bartender wasn't wearing a mask, and they weren't,
boy.
following procedure. They decimated the bar, and they had to fully close because they hit them with so much fines.
Can you reference this place or no? We don't want to say it.
I don't really want to say it because, like, right now it was a lot of like issues happening between
Sure.
the bar
Gotcha.
and there's legal
Fair enough.
issues because they don't know if
Tell
they
me
want to
after.
sell. Yeah, I'll tell you after. But I'm talking about
Have we been to this bar?
probably most likely.
Okay.
Wait,
So
So-
there's whiskey stones in the freezer in that fridge.
Yeah, I kind of need that. This is warm as shit.
so the fines itself
Top
rang
flap.
up to $100,000.
Nice.
They
That
could
could put
never pay it.
that could put you out of business. Right.
No, it did. And,
A bar doesn't a bar or restaurant doesn't just like have 100 G's on hand that they can just throw out the window.
yeah. So
They're sorry. They're bullets. The whiskey stones. Yeah.
so we're feeding ice bullets.
Yeah.
That's
It
great.
should be in the freezer flap of this mini fridge.
So now, how do you have a small business like that that's been in the neighborhood for years? It's a
It was an assault on small businesses.
Yeah,
bro.
and now you have all these people out of business, and they have to close down the bar
Yeah.
because they can't afford the fines.
Dude, everybody.
50 cal. This is more like a 308 or something.
Nah, it's fatter than a 308. Oh no,
Fi-
it's bigger than a 5.56. That's
Yeah, I
for
was
sure.
about to say.
That's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
But you know what? They don't do anything. They're just cool. That's it.
No, they're,
They keep your drink
yes,
cold.
they're cool. Like
Yeah.
they're cold.
Yeah.
Don't they have like the metal ice bowls too?
Oh,
Yeah.
another thing that didn't make
There's
sense
ice in that thing behind you.
during COVID. So you can't sit in a confined area inside the restaurant.
Yeah.
However, if you build a tent outside, you can sit outside and legally
yeah.
say
Yeah.
you're outside,
Yep.
but you're in
Yeah.
a fucking tent with zero
Dude,
ventilation.
so fuck
Yep.
talking about when we were in COVID. What about the people still driving around? I mean,
Oh,
by
my God.
themselves,
Don't get me
started,
driving.
bro.
around.
Don't
But
get me
think of this
started.
now. Think of this now. There is 3 years of information out there now. When this shit first started, if you really wanted to play that game, who am I to judge you? You know, one of the last barbecue like fucked up Friday hangouts we had when COVID struck, we literally sat around in a circle in chairs, in lawn chairs, in Deb's backyard. You know what I mean? Like, because we didn't know, and like we didn't
Right,
want
at
to
the
play with
beginning,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
We're
but
also
I-
all like we're like survivalists, right?
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I thought maybe it was gonna be the end of the world, right? Yeah.
Exactly. And so, but then, so back then there was zero information. We are 3 years past that moment in time, and there's still people like, I'm alone in my car.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really is bizarre,
Because
man.
the anxiety is
Yeah.
real, and it's a real fucking thing. People,
You know what-
now, to this day, if I'm like at work or something, or if I'm like in public, they don't even want to step next to me.
Dude, you
so
should
how am I
see-
going to have a conversation with you like when you're so fucking far away? Then I don't even want to talk to you.
There's a mental health pandemic in this
Yes.
country and
Yes.
an anxiety pandemic.
Yes.
Like that people were not doing good before COVID. And
Yeah.
now like this thing happened and it sent people you see like a huge
Dude.
percentage of the population went off the deep end. And they have not recovered and they may
There's-
never recover, honestly.
And I see two types out there. One, I constantly see younger, like 8th grade to like sophomore year, like high school type of age. They'll be in the car with their parents, and the parents will have no masks on, but they'll be in the back seat with a mask on. That's it. This is life for them now. And then also at work, 1 or 2 people got like a stomach
guess I'm
virus.
excused,
No
bro.
joke. Like
Excuse
fucking
flu
like
time,
diarrhea
yeah.
for a day.
Yeah.
Bro, people were walking around double masked and fucking. One kid was like, I'm visiting my grandparents this weekend. Cool. I'm not going to argue with
Yeah.
you. The 24-year-old who works on the other side of the building found out this one woman had a stomach virus. rubber gloves and double mask. Like, bro,
Yeah.
you don't even work in
how
the
about-
same department.
How about this? Has anybody here got the virus?
Let me get some.
Yes.
Everybody
Several
here,
times.
for the most part, got the virus.
Several times.
Right? I don't know about you guys,
only
but
had
for
it
me, I knew both times I got it when I had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also get sinus infections, which is also COVID is a form of a head cold. Now, I know when I had the virus because my body felt way off.
Yeah.
Sinus infections I get all the time, so I know what I have. I get itchiness. I get mucus and stuff. At work, I would just like blow my nose and I will feel congested, but I know it's a fucking
video.
sinus
Yeah.
infection. I don't feel no fever. I feel fine. And the minute like you would sneeze, people were like,
COVID test.
"Yeah, hey, you need to go and get tested." Why? Why? I know it's a sinus, and then I would go get tested. Negative.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I was happy with the result. I had a pretty bad sinus infection maybe 2-3 weeks ago, maybe about a month ago now, and this was like one of the worst ones I had. But I knew it wasn't COVID because I had it twice now, and both times it feels like a horrendous hangover, soreness head to toe, feverish, all this stuff. This was just like in my face, and I went and I didn't want to go to the doctor because I didn't want to get a COVID test because at this point the PCR test is 50-50. I don't know
Yeah.
if it just picks up colds or if it's actually that accurate. Luckily I got there and they were like, "Are you here for COVID?" I was like, "No, I'm not." And they're like, "Okay, do you want to get tested?" I was like, "I'd rather not." And they're like, "Okay, so we've checked you out. You have a sinus infection." Shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking because
Yeah.
I didn't want to get a test done.
Yeah.
I had a sinus infection.
So you think if you had gotten the test done,
Yeah.
they'd have said you have COVID?
Yeah.
You want to know something else that didn't make sense? And this is probably going to get sidetracked to a different, bigger topic because
That's
I'm
what
waiting
we're
for
here for,
someone. I'm
baby.
waiting for someone to
What?
talk on this. Another thing that didn't make sense: forcing people to get vaccinated.
No, not even worth
Oh,
our
oh,
time.
Well, let's go back
I know
20
where
episodes.
we're going with this.
Yeah.
30 episodes.
I know
yeah.
where we're going with this.
All right,
What do you think? What's
because
going on?
it's kind of a parallel type of thing,
yeah.
right?
Get vaccinated or get fired.
I don't know about
No,
you
no,
guys,
no,
but
no, no.
I'm vaccinated. I got vaccinated because I have someone in my family that has health issues, also respiratory issues. So for me, I wanted to do my part and make sure, whatever, which was my choice. Now, companies
Wait,
were forcing. I'm blessed to work for a company that did not enforce that rule whatsoever. Now there are certain companies that made their employees either gave them an ultimatum: either you get the vaccine, you
get
come
fired,
back
yeah.
to work, or if you don't get it within the 2 weeks, you're fired. And who did that? NYC agencies. Now, what do we have happening now?
SADS, sudden adult death syndrome.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to segue.
Not
somewhere
even
else,
that.
but-
Also, too, trying to find a job. That happened to me multiple
Oh
times.
yeah, speak on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too,
Multiple
me too.
times. Like literally, like applying for jobs. I finally started hitting interviews, this and that. Everyone was starting to rehire and whatnot. And literally every interview I had, the last question was like, "Are you vaccinated?"
Yeah.
And I'm just like, "Are you serious?" right
Dude,
now?
I had
Are
an
you fucking
interview.
serious?
They did not care if they would have hired a fucking monkey if the monkey agreed to get vaccinated, bro.
That's where monkeypox must have came
Dude,
from, I guess.
they didn't give a fuck whether I was qualified or not for this job, bro. Like every question led back to like, so you'd consider getting the vaccine, right?
Yep.
Like, and I was like, don't you want to like worry about like
Am I
if
gonna
I'm
do
good
a
at
good
like
job?
managerial skills or like if I'm qualified to do the
If I can
job
get
at
the
hand?
job done.
And they were
Great
like,
fucking point.
and they were like, yeah, you'll learn, but you'll get the vaccine, right?
That's
Like-
a great. That's a
Exactly.
great fucking point. How many people have they passed up that's qualified for the position?
so many.
And then they had to dub down to a fucking dummy that can't read or write,
To a
and they
dunce.
gave them your position that you rightfully had. That's fucking.
So
I never
it's
thought of that.
I
mind-boggling.
had
It's
voicemails.
mind-boggling.
I had voicemails like, so yeah, Chris, we were wondering if you're gonna come back for a second interview. You said you were considering getting the vaccine. Like you said it in the voicemail,
Yeah.
bro. Like
So what you're saying is and something I think maybe not a lot of people think about, right? But the COVID regime, the lockdowns, the shutdown of the economy is still persisting, right? And has damaged the economy not only with just the lockdowns, but now even later, because without a doubt, there are people in roles that they should not be there,
Yeah.
Yes.
and production, etc., is probably suffering because you have fucking morons in a position where they should not be.
Yes.
Right. So again, are we? Is the economy still fucked up right now? Yeah, and there's a million reasons why. That's definitely one of the fucking reasons why too.
Yeah.
It's because people
That's a
are
great
not where
point.
they
I
should
never
be
thought about that.
right now.
Well,
Yeah.
dude, look at every weekend you hear about canceled flights, canceled flights, canceled
Oh,
flights.
that shit
500.
going on right now?
And-
Right.
yeah,
Right, there you go.
guys work
There
at the
you go.
fucking-
500
because
flights.
by law,
Over the
you
weekend.
need the X number of people to be on the flight for the flight to take off. Well, you didn't get vaccinated, so don't come back to work.
Right.
Okay, but now we're always going to have one
Short
less
staff.
of the X.
And I've heard
Okay,
the
well,
airlines.
we'll just cancel the flight.
The airlines are still selling tickets, knowing that they don't have the staff to even like produce
Oh, yeah.
that flight later on.
Overbooking.
So here's
You know what they did over the weekend? They offered $10,000
Yes,
for
Delta.
8 people to get off the flight.
Fuck,
Dude,
I'd have taken
eight
that.
people.
I would have done it. It's
Yes.
like a
I would
gamble.
have done it.
I
would
would
book
book
a
a
ticket
couple
just
of
for-
flights.
And it was
a book of it,
And it was cash.
Yo,
it was
passive income,
cash.
boys. Let's just start booking flights.
bro, for real.
Just
So-
do it.
I would
Every,
have
every
been at the
Sunday we're
airport.
flying out of LaGuardia,
It's like
baby.
sports
I would have
betting,
been at
baby.
the airport.
That might be a good fucking job, man. What do you?
We
Like,
either-
yo, should we like book a
Alright.
flight to Miami? Because we know there's gonna be a lot of people going over there and it's gonna
Yeah.
get overbooked and whatnot.
Make a
Let's
business.
do it.
I like
Yeah,
Yo,
I
I'll
would.
tell-
Labor Day
I'll tell-
weekend. Labor Day
Listen,
weekend, boys.
I'll tell you what's gonna get canceled 2 hours in advance. I got you.
I would
Let
have
me
been.
know.
Insider-
Let me
inside
know. I got
booking.
guys in the tower. Let me know.
I would have waited inside the fucking terminal. I would have been calling up one of you guys. Hey guys,
Looking at the board.
listen, come to fucking JFK. I'll
Like
buy
the
you a
horse
ticket
race?
somewhere. Come with duffel bags. Why? Come with duffel bags. I can't tell you why.
What's
Come with
securing
duffel
the
bags.
bag tonight?
We're fucking being rich. I would be fucking Tom Hanks in that
Yo,
fucking
bro.
movie, just stuck in a fucking terminal and not
Colonel.
move. I would be like, all right, 20 grand to give up your seat right here.
Is this good?
Right here, Trill, open
this
up the
good?
bag. Open up.
Right here.
Just start stacking,
Yo.
bro. We're stacking.
It's funny, man. Somebody asks you like, "What do you do for a living?" I get my flights canceled for a living. That's my job.
Okay, but real question.
Wait, can I give some good advice?
Yes.
Some good legal advice. If you want to bet on this and you actually want to try this out, the #1 airline right now for you to try this out with is JetBlue.
There we go.
All right.
There you go.
Oh shit, JetBlue is
Insider.
taking
They
me
have
to
the
Nashville.
Good luck.
Yeah.
There you go. You might be rich.
So okay, so we got the trip going to Nashville. I know not everyone's going, but would
I
you
missed
take the
my
10
wedding.
grand or would you
Oh,
go
I'm
to
taking
Nashville?
the 10 grand.
Yeah.
Are you fucking mind?
I would too. Yeah.
So the question
so-
is that I'm gonna
hold on.
rob the.
Be like, yo,
airline?
just reschedule it. Just
So let me
reschedule the best
so let me
party.
explain to you how these situations work, right? So what happens is either A, they overbook the flight,
Always.
or B, they don't have enough room on the flight for the crew, right? So let's say they need stewardesses or whatever. They need seats. They need more seats, right? Or you have other pilots, you have other crew members that are jump whatever
seats.
jump
Yeah.
seating onto that plane, and they're more important than a passenger. So because this guy needs to get to Atlanta, he's
Right.
not even flying the plane. He's going to be a passenger on it.
But then, like a plane over there wouldn't be able to fly without that guy.
Not
Something like
necessarily, because sometimes they're just traveling just for work, just
Okay.
because, right? So it'll be funny.
I don't think crews are top priority if they're traveling. Like, let's say they're
They're working usually.
yeah,
like,
it's if they're repoing to a different aircraft, they're not really. That's not high priority.
Right.
But you are right. They overbook for a reason.
Right.
They always, all these airlines always overbook for
So-
no reason. So when you show up and you're like, you get the standby tickets.
Yep. Standby tickets are the
Are
worst.
the worst.
The worst.
You're never gonna get
Don't
on
ever
it,
buy one.
especially if it's like a
but
location.
wait,
that's
in
going to
this
JFK.
situation, shouldn't we start buying standby tickets?
Yes. But
This guy's such a
so
scam
here's
artist. He's just
here's the
Yo,
kicker.
he's like one of those
Cafeteria
sports betting
like,
people
hey,
on Instagram.
loophole.
Yo, pay me. I got you with the parlay. I got you with the
Passive
parlay.
income.
So here's what you do. Like you get on your flight and you wait and you listen, right? Or if they didn't let you on the flight, you got to be right at the first person at that gate waiting. Because what happens is the first thing they do is they start it out as $100 credit. Then they say we're going to do $200 credit. Then they say $400 credit. Now
Yeah,
when
but
they
how
say
did this get up to 10 grand?
because they need those seats for their crew members.
Oh, so we got to bet. So the real bet then is the people boarding, who's going to hold out the longest.
Right.
It becomes this auction.
Right.
Do I hear 9,000, 9,000,
Right.
9,500,
Exactly.
9,500? Do I hear
So-
10 grand?
it is actually.
So-
I've been in that situation.
But
before.
if you made I'm sorry,
If
but
you-
if you made $10,000 from
Cash.
one flight,
Cash.
and then you go to another flight and you holding out, I'd be like, yo, I'll give you $100. Just don't put your hand up.
Yeah.
Here's $100, and just go up to the next person. But put your fucking hand down. Here's $100.
Hold on. We could
You
all
get
work
$100
this.
and
We
you
could
get
all
your
work
trips.
this.
Yeah.
We could all work this. We could go there and pretend like we don't know each other.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
we could all just
We
keep like
drive it
bidding.
up.
Or we
Yes.
drive up
Yes.
the price.
Drive it up.
I'll leave.
Yeah,
I'll
so
leave
we
for
split.
500.
Drive it up.
No, I'll leave
I
for
like
600.
this.
Yeah.
Right.
This is the counting
So-
cards of Vegas.
So the key is once it goes past $400, right? Because technically $400 is the average minimum for the cost of a ticket per passenger for any flight, right? $400 is the average. Once it goes past $400, what they start doing is stop offering you airline credit and they start offering cash because the airline can only give you a voucher for up to $400. So now the airline manager has to pay out
Breaking
of
the
pocket
bank.
using their credit card account or whatever. They have to actually give you physical cash, and they'll either literally go to the ATM in the terminal and grab it, or this airline, they were actually saying we do Venmo, PayPal, Apple Pay.
Cash.
They were
Cash.
they Apple paid people
Cash.
10 grand.
Cash.
10 grand.
The fucking
Nah,
airlines
give
are
me
like
paper.
drug
Okay,
dealers.
okay, but
me
now,
paper.
Yeah.
question: what's the likelihood of it getting up to 10 grand again? Is this a once in a lifetime thing?
No,
Or
I've in my location, I've seen it get up to 3 grand, and I
okay,
watched the whole family leave.
so
We
so
can
let's
go
talk.
to different airports.
Yeah.
Let's talk about.
We don't have to go to JFK. We can just
Okay,
go to
let's
different
stop
airports.
Newark,
shooting.
LaGuardia.
Let's stop shooting for the stars, right? We'll
Right.
bring it down a little bit. So on average, if we did this, let's say we were 500 a weekend.
yeah, and if you know
It's
enough,
good, but it's not that much money.
If you're
man.
like me
Especially
and
with
you know-
inflation and
Two
shit.
grand a week. The next
You're gonna have to lose your whole weekend though.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
just
you
sitting
lose
there.
one
No.
day.
But
But no. You either lose one day at the airport, or you fly out to Miami and fucking
here-
party your ass off.
but here's the best way to do it: you show up late, like if you're like frantic, like you're gonna miss your flight, and you wait till like the very end, and then you ask the ticket agent, like, "Hey, am
I'm
I gonna
late,
make my
like,
flight?
yeah.
Blah blah blah. Is it overbooked or anything?" And they'll tell you straight up. They have no shame in telling people, like, "Oh yeah, this flight's overbooked." They tell you right out the gate. They don't care.
we
Yeah.
can figure this
Yeah.
out, bro.
Yeah.
We can each.
All right,
be
we're not putting this video up because we want the market cornered.
Yeah. Trill, come up with the business cards.
Yeah, that
Alright,
10
yeah,
grand
there
though,
you go.
that's a little.
Okay, so back to how Trill's gonna be famous. This is where he makes all his money. Scamming,
Scamming the
Famous
airlines.
fucking scam artist. I like it.
and,
Yeah.
and fucking streaming.
I'm like
Let's
the
put some-
Joker, bro,
Let's
with
put
his
some
green hair.
context. Let's put
I'm
some
the
context.
Joker.
Trill
Oh, yeah,
did
for
his
the
hair
listeners,
today.
for the
Yeah.
listeners.
I'm the
Trill
Joker.
just did his hair. We're going out to the bar after this, and he looks famous. So we're gonna act like he's famous, and we have to come up with a background.
Yeah,
right?
Your cousin from LA.
Twitch, cousin from LA just flew in
Nope.
nighttime.
Famous Twitch
On a
streamer.
private plane.
He's a big
I'm
Hollywood
part of
producer.
FaZe, the
Yeah.
FaZe Clan.
Part of FaZe Clan.
No,
He
not
plays
Hollywood producer. Not Hollywood producer.
He plays Fortnite.
Twitch.
No.
Twitch
He's an
and
actual
NFTs.
Fortnite character.
Fortnite. It's got to be Fortnite.
Twitch and NFTs.
Twitch and NFTs.
He's a West Coast NFT, but like
Oh my
startup
God.
billionaire or some shit.
He
Like
What's
bought,
the ape
he
one?
bought property in the metaverse.
What's the ape NFTs?
Oh, I forgot
Have
what
you
they're
ever
called.
met? I got a good question for you guys. Have you ever met someone in your life where you know that they're a rich person and their
Yeah.
family came from money?
Yes.
And they
Old money.
run down all these jobs that they do, and you're just like you're in your mind. You're like, you don't fucking work.
Yeah.
You don't have a
Yes.
job. You know, like they all come down like, oh yeah, I'm a producer. I have stocks and I do this, I do that, and it's like, bro, you have no job.
Yes.
Like you're
Dude,
just
so I
fucking
used
rich.
to work for a furniture company. It was very high end, and we'd get millionaires in
that's
there.
right, yeah.
Millionaires and billionaires in there,
Mm-hmm.
right? And dude, all these wealthy dudes' wives, and I'm sorry to make this
banged them
sound
all.
sexist, not one of them was good looking. You would think like
Yeah.
these rich guys
I
could
agree.
fucking pull in
Yep.
dimes. Nope.
No, because
And-
the wife is not the good-looking one. It's
Yeah,
the
the
mistress.
gumads are, yeah.
The mistress.
And
It's
Or the-
it's
or the nanny.
It's like
Yeah.
Succession.
yeah, the au pair.
Yeah, the au pair.
Yeah. And dude, every rich guy's wife just becomes an interior design artist.
Yes.
And they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and,
It's the
and they
easiest
and they
thing.
charge like 40 grand to do the bathroom, and all they do is put like flowers in the corner. And that's it. Like, yeah, bro. And like none of them got style. Some of them can't figure out their ass from their elbow. Like,
And speaking of Montauk, right? In Montauk, in the Hampton area,
Oh, I can
if
imagine.
you're
Tons
a
of
real
it.
estate
Tons
agent,
of
right?
it.
Let's think of it. The real estate agents are making a fucking commission off these sales, off like a $30 million beach house, right? Where did those people come from? You just got a hard-working real estate agent? No, they're juiced in. They're fucking family of someone so-and-so in the town. And they were like, I just want to be a real estate agent. All they got to do is get their license, and that's it. And it's just like, oh, yeah, my son. It's all word of mouth. That's another thing. With wealthy people, it's all word of mouth. It's not
how it is?
It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
Exactly.
You know how it works?
That's what it is.
You know how it works? I have a son, and I go to Twitter, right? I go to Twitter and I say, I want you to make my son the VP of Twitter. And they go, no, why would I make your son the VP of Twitter? I said, because he's married to Bill Gates' daughter. And they go, oh shit, okay, we'll hire your son as the VP of Twitter. Then you go to Bill Gates and you're like, listen, I want your daughter to marry my son. And you go, why would I fucking do that? My son's the VP of Twitter. Mm-hmm. Bill Gates goes, oh shit, okay, you're marrying him. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have influence in Twitter. Yeah,
it is.
It's kind of like Game of Thrones,
yes.
right? They betroth their family to the head of another house.
Yes.
Right. The corporations are like houses.
Yes.
Essentially.
And so now
medieval Europe was like that.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like how many times would you have England and France, and they were family members, and they were still at war with each other?
Yeah.
It's like you just married off your fucking niece to the king of fucking France, and you guys are in war with each other. So
Europe is famous though, like historically for its wars against each other. It's 4th of fucking July weekend, boys. Let's go. Yes. One of the biggest reasons why we had to break away from Europe and the beginning of our country, one of the staples, which has now gone completely out the window, is we did not want to be involved in all of Europe's bullshit because throughout all of history, forever. Europe's at war. They're at war right fucking now. Literally right now in Ukraine, right? They're always at war with each other.
Yep.
So part of our country being fucking created and separated from Europe is like, you guys are fucking crazy. We don't want to do it deal with that anymore. Yep. We're going to be an anti-war isolationist country. We started off as an anti-war isolationist country.
I know.
Yes, we've gone so far.
George Washington was known for being an isolationist. He did not want to get into foreign politics whatsoever.
That's the number one problem with today is people can't leave well enough alone. The left can't leave well enough alone. Listen, you're pro-choice, you're pro-life. Good. It doesn't matter what you pro is. You live here, I live there. Do you, baby? Just go. Go.
If you want to do you, that's it.
Yeah. You want to kill babies? You want to smoke weed? You want to?
Yeah. Well,
you want to carry guns? Go.
And I know he wants to get into this, but with that topic, right? The way I see it is, it's left up to the states, right? So if your state's not allowing it, and you really need to get an abortion, because let's be real. I mean, there's
our last episode.
There's women who do get raped, and they do they get inseminated and they do get pregnant, right? That's unfortunate. That's a dark version of it. They should be able to do whatever they want with their bodies, but the states, if your state doesn't allow it, go somewhere that does.
But you have to understand something. You're not even thinking that deeply into it, because you take one of these states, right? So everybody that's protesting is in New York and California. New York and California is the beacon of hope to get your babies killed. They're never going to change these laws. You know what I mean? They're only going to codify them further.
All I gotta say is what Dave Chappelle said: wrap it up.
Yeah. So hold on. Think of this though. Think of this to your point, and then go crazy because I know you've been waiting for this. So these states like Utah and Alabama or whatever, the ones that now have outlawed the trigger laws to abortion, you can't get an abortion in their state. You have to realize we live in New York. Most of the people here want abortion, so abortion is going to stay. Most of the people in Alabama, I'm not saying 95%, I'm not saying 100%, but over 50% are pro-life people. This state wouldn't have this law in place if they weren't a pro-life state. Yeah. So people are protesting and crying, oh, you can't get an abortion in Utah. Nobody in Utah wants a fucking abortion. That's why they have these laws.
I'm not sure they're even crying about that. People in New York City are protesting, the Supreme Court decision, and they're protesting, you can't control my rights as a woman, etc.
But get vaccinated.
Hang on, the decision, doesn't affect you, though. Here in New York City, they're not protesting for women in Utah. Let's get that clear. They're not. No, I have not seen that. Right. They're really not. They're protesting. They're about themselves. They're protesting you are trying to control my body. You are trying to tell me what to do. But in reality, they live in New York City, they live in San Francisco, they live in Los Angeles. They are completely free to kill a child if they feel to do so, right? They're not protesting for Utah. So it's a very bizarre fucking thing what's even going on.
Weird flex. So wait, hold on. What were you gonna say, man?
So, one thing I want to say is everyone keeps saying how it's murder of a child, right? And being as someone who's been through abortions in his life, who's had to experience it on all different levels, right? I'm talking from...
So you survived an abortion?
No. I'm talking from... I've gone through the whole, oops, I made a mistake, let's go buy the pill. To...
That's not an abortion.
Okay. According to them, it is.
No, it's
I've
not.
been
No,
there.
that's not true. That's not true.
Okay, some time has passed. Oops, I made a mistake. Man, I got to get a deeper pill or I got to go get vacuumed. Right? To the farther part of it where it was like, yeah, unfortunately, the baby's going to have to be. Right? I've been through all stages, right? Unfortunately, as a man in my life. And I've experienced all stages through friends because they've come to me because I've had to help them. They'd be like, yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm like, you're lucky we live in a state.
Abortion guru.
Yeah, I'm like, you lucky we live in a state where this is available because there are places where it is not available, right? The one thing I keep laughing at and I keep seeing is that people keep arguing about abortion and the timing, right? So my question for the table is, at what point is it an abortion? Because who just said it? Plan B is not.
It's not.
It's not an abortion, right? Why is Plan B not an abortion?
Because Plan B basically causes like the woman's uterus to contract and block the semen from getting in there to impregnate the egg.
Okay.
So there is no actual person created
Right.
at the point.
Oh, so there's no fetus at that point.
No.
Sperm
So
didn't meet the egg yet.
so in 72 hours the sperm won't meet the egg, correct? Are we?
I'm not sure exactly
Is
how
that
long
correct?
it takes, but it's not like
'Cause that's how
it's
long
not like you
you've
blow
used
your
Plan
load
B.
in there and immediately a baby is
Right.
formed. There's
Yeah.
a time. There's a window.
Because that's how long you have to use Plan B. I think it's like 48 to
I'm not
72
sure.
hours,
That's
right?
It's 72 hours.
72
I've been
hours.
on the Plan B train
Right.
before.
You've
And-
taken Plan B. Good for
Yes.
you.
Yep. I didn't
So,
wanna- yeah.
did y'all know there's a Plan C?
No, I did not know.
Did y'all know that?
No.
There's a
Pull-
Plan C.
Pull out.
I'm sure CVS
Pull up.
doesn't
No.
sell that.
CVS does not sell Plan C. Plan C is something you got to actually get from
Oh,
a doctor.
Plan C is what they gave that chick in the Daredevil show where she...
Plan C is a term.
Oh, no, Jessica Jones.
Plan C is a term that refers to a medication abortion.
Yes.
Or an abortion
Yeah.
that's performed using pills
Yeah.
only. All right, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yes.
but-
Here, take
So-
all these opioids until
So,
your fetus dies.
so Plan C
Jesus
then.
Christ.
So my argument is that Plan C then is technically the abortion,
I guess
right?
so.
Yeah.
There's people out here that are arguing, and I'm glad you educated and corrected what I keep hearing, is that they're saying Plan B is an abortion. And I'm like,
No, it's
is
not.
it though? I'm
No.
like, I thought it was preventative.
It is, right. So
It is.
I've heard a lot of pro-life people make the argument
Right,
that...
right.
No. I've heard a lot of pro-life people make the argument that, like, no, Plan B is good. Like, that's completely fine.
Right.
That's something that people should use if they were to make a mistake.
Because
or,
isn't there-
Or they just, the next, whatever.
They-
Something
they-
happens.
they
Next
don't-
day, you
yeah.
want to take a Plan B. That's completely fine.
Who-
And almost every pro-life person I've ever heard that's at least, like, a notable person
Yeah.
talk about it.
Who wants to correct me on this? Isn't there like a number of Plan Bs a woman can take before like they make themselves barren or something like that?
Probably, yes.
Yeah,
It's a very
probably.
traumatic
You
experience.
can't
It's
pop
not
it like
fun.
Skittles.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. You
Nah,
can't. You
nah.
can't do Plan B 100
I knew a girl that in life she probably took it about
30,
12
40
times. She told me, and I said,
And here's
It's
the
not good,
thing.
yeah.
It's-
you know,
Pull-out game is weak.
eventually the Skittles won't
That
taste
pull-out
like
game
rainbows
is
anymore.
How did you
guys.
find 12 losers in a row?
pull out.
It's crazy because like as a guy, if you, no offense, but like if you come into someone, they're gonna have a kid, right?
Maybe.
Your preventative comes from you.
Maybe.
Yes.
Your
right.
preventative comes from you as a guy. It's you. Fucking pull out.
Aim for the
Pull
Pull
titties.
out.
out. So
We'll
you
just
don't
put-
have to.
put
So
a
you don't
rubber
have
on.
to.
Put
I'm
a
sorry,
rubber on.
but pull out. You know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that-
No,
that-
I totally agree.
No,
You asking,
Shut up.
you asking a lot.
Bro. Yo, I need ice. Fucking shut up.
I have too much anxiety for that shit. I got
So-
Hang on,
But
hang on.
also too, but
I have
also,
too much
but also
anxiety.
too, but also
Put on
too, it's
rubber.
like if you're a female, I know you're enjoying the moment. It feels great, but like if you're not ready for a fucking kid and you don't want that scare,
So
just
Nah.
stop.
Nah, bro, we're famous, bro. We got fucking Twitch over here. We got the pocket. Anybody that says come at me, it ain't happening.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Oh, it's like that episode. Remember Mountain State?
Yes,
When
you
a
could come in.
when a girl goes, "Hey, come in me," I automatically think crazy. No,
No.
it kills the mood for me. 100. I'm being honest.
Now nobody's coming.
Yeah.
Now nobody's coming.
If I can't come, neither you can.
You can.
I can see him, man. Jamie's just going, and he's ready to go. She's like, come in me, baby, and his face just drops.
Yeah.
He's
Goes like,
How dare you?
yeah. How dare
Put it in.
How
What's
dare
going on?
you.
Crying like you fucked this up for yourself.
He starts crying. He starts crying.
calling you an Uber
my
right
God.
now. Get out of here.
Look, we're already on the phone, bro.
The funniest part is that New York City, I don't know if you guys listen to the radio at all, but like in the past couple of days, I've listened to Hot 97. There's a pro New York City abortion commercial now on the radio and on TV. It's like, come to New York.
New
where
York
it's,
City
your,
is the
it's
worst.
New York City, your body, your
New
choice,
York
right?
City.
There's
Right.
billboards
There's
already on the
billboards.
highways.
New York City is booming now. Your life, your choice. But you know what's even better? I went to Starbucks the other day.
Oh, I did too. I had a great time.
Oh, I saw that.
I went to Starbucks the
Are
other
they
day.
doing abortions
What's
at
this?
Starbucks?
Wait,
What's
wait.
going
I
on?
went to Starbucks the other
Wait,
day.
what's going on here?
And I walked in and I started making my selection, and I tipped him, and she's just like, I just want to thank you for coming to our location where it's always going to be your choice, it's your life, what you want to taste.
Oh, give
And
me
she
a
goes,
break.
she goes, if you want to support our cause,
Stop it.
there is pamphlets
No.
on the
All right, so you did
Starbucks
better than me.
on the Starbucks counter that
I
showed
guess I'm going to Dunkin'
options
Donuts.
in
Yeah.
the area
Going to Dunkin' Donuts.
for an abortion.
Dude,
Are you,
so
are you
my-
fucking with us right now? or are you
No,
serious?
no,
she
it's
said,
real.
"Thank
She
you for
po-
coming
she
to
posted it
Starbucks,
up.
where it's always your choice.
Okay,
posted
see, yeah,
it.
yours is way. I mean,
Where it's
I
always
drove. I
your
went
choice."
to Starbucks, and
Like,
I
that's
have
their new slogan.
I have a big giant truck, and I parked in between two electric vehicles, and I went in there and I ordered my drink, and at the other end of the fucking counter or whatever, this dude was wearing a mask, and he lifted his mask up and put it over his eyes. And
What
took
a
a sip of coffee,
beta
and then
sip.
when he put it down, the first thing he saw was me laughing, and I had to wait for my coffee as this little beta male stared into my soul,
Beta male.
and I just wanted to look at him and be like, I wanted to pull the mask and let it snap into his face.
Look, let me tell you,
What a
man.
cuck.
I mean,
You
they
beta
what a cuck.
bitch.
people want to say you're a fucking conspiracy theorist for thinking that like the Great Reset or population control is a thing.
Oh,
with
no.
the World Economic Forum and Klaus Schwab
I
and all
went
these
full
guys. But like,
conspiracy
you
theory
just
with
went
this shit.
to Starbucks and they hand you a fucking pamphlet on how you could kill your unborn child. Like, I mean. Look, maybe this shit is a fucking conspiracy theory, right? The whole thing, but I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is a fucking crazy thing
Thank
that's
you for
become
choosing
normalized.
Starbucks. Your life, your choice.
Ultimately, my opinion of the whole abortion thing is that like it's not good that it's become so culturally normalized and insane where they're having pro-abortion things. No, that has to change. It's not right,
Yeah.
and
These
a lot of
these
people
companies
don't.
get away with it.
A lot of people don't actually view it
Same
of
thing
the,
with
as
Pride
the
Month.
act that it really is. That is a problem.
Yeah, so the
It's the
other
same thing with Pride
the other
Month.
day, my
Primark?
MacBook, I went in to
Pride
go
Month.
to Apple. My
Oh.
MacBook
Oh
had
no,
a
no,
little-
it's America Month, baby. It's
Yeah,
MAGA,
MAGA
month.
month
right
Fucking
now.
MAGA month.
Let's go.
I love this country with everything. I have a love-hate relationship with
Dude,
this country, but-
there's a fuck the fourth party going on. There's
Let
a
them
left
enjoy. That's
Are
what
you
it's all
serious?
about.
Hey,
they
hey,
have the
hey.
freedom. They have the
It's
freedom
called
to have a
Fourth.
fuck the fourth.
Hey,
party.
we're having a good time here.
Yeah.
Fuck 'em.
Yes.
Dude,
Exactly.
Right? Let's
we
enjoy
had
our
a guy
country.
on. We had a guy Jeff on. Shout out Sons of Liberty discounts, and he was just like, what do most Americans want? They just want to like drink their beer, barbecue, and be left the fuck alone.
That's it.
Like,
That's
he's like, it ain't
That's
that
it.
hard. Like, just
It's not
let me
hard.
grill
That's it.
with my boys and
Let
get
me shoot my
crazy.
fireworks.
Yeah.
So I
If
go.
I
Maybe shotgun a beer here and there, you know.
Shoot a shotgun every
So-
once in a
That's it,
while.
you know.
I took my laptop, and my laptop had a little a piece inside the screen, right? So I went to Apple. This was a couple days ago. So I went to
Your
Apple.
brand new one?
The brand new one.
Oh, shit.
Right? And the girl looked at it, the screen, and she was like, "Yeah, sometimes the debris, if you close the case, the like a breadcrumb will go into the screen, whatever the case may be.
breadcrumb?
A breadcrumb,
Breadcrumb.
yeah. And
It's
I don't
only
have
free
breadcrumbs
I
are
don't
taking down tech, bro.
I don't
Bro,
have
she just called
insurance
you
on
fat.
it.
Fuck.
I don't have insurance on it. I don't have Apple Care, which I
got
thought I
breadcrumb
did.
insurance,
Right?
bro?
And she goes, the first thing she goes, "Ooh, that's gonna be rough. I have to go to the higher ups." Okay, go to the
fuck?
higher ups. So she comes and she goes, "Okay, you know what? We're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna send it out to get repaired, and we're gonna go under the warranty. Now, if they go to the repair, If it goes to the repair and they feel like it's physical damage, you're going to be charged $800 for the repair. For
Good
the
old
repair.
Apple.
For the repair.
Good old
what I
Apple.
Isn't the computer $800?
You know what I told
Good
her?
old Apple.
You know what I told her? So it was a couple days ago. It was June. I go, listen, ma'am, I'm an African American and I'm gay. So I go, this is my month. What can you do for me? She laughed and she goes, no, there's no way. I go, but this is my month and your company recognizes that. So I thought I was going to get a discount and she laughed in my face.
The rainbow
so
apple
what
doesn't
the
mean
fuck
anything?
is going on?
Did you sue?
I'm going to. Because
Yeah, but you gotta wait till next June.
yeah, but I identified it as an African American gay.
They only hear those cases in Pride Month. Yeah.
My
But
pronouns
I
is
honestly
her,
thought, but I
she.
honestly thought she would have my interest.
You know
I
what?
thought Apple was for me, and they're not. Obviously,
Wow.
so
I'm glad.
Wow.
So
They're
first
not.
off, I mean, you're not a dumb human being. You know they only changed their
about that.
logo.
yeah, I don't
to
know about that.
fucking
You're giving me too much
to,
credit.
to
there.
June
fucking
1st.
to check the box.
They do it.
This is the first
Wait,
year
what?
I gotta say that
And
the
then
Pride Month
1st of July,
got a
out the
lot of
window.
pushback because at the beginning of the month. Everybody made fun of all the companies. Oh, go look at Mercedes-Benz Middle East.
Yes.
And it didn't change. A lot of people called it out. And then at the end of the month, it was all, I am no longer gay. Like,
So I think a lot of people have, first of all, realized that's bullshit. None of the corporations actually care about gay
No.
people
And I'm
or
upset about
trans
that.
people or
and the
anything
gay
like
people
that.
are speaking up, too.
So
Well,
that's
I'm
number
the
one.
LGBT.
Wait,
How about Lush Cosmetics putting in Black Lives Matter in their windows?
And it fucking
Lush?
made them go bankrupt.
But
Is that
Thank you.
the-
Lush?
Yeah,
that
Lush. I love their stuff.
Real quick, so the reason why I think there's backlash and
he
people
needs-
weren't
he
down
needs
with Pride
Jesus,
Month.
bro.
He does.
sorry.
No, that's right. I was gonna say, number one, it's because people have realized the corporations and all that shit. It's just basically completely bullshit. They don't care.
It is.
Number two,
They wouldn't
I
give me a
think
discount.
People, they wouldn't give you a discount, of course, right? So I think people, including gay people like David and Gary, who we spoke to, see the behavior around like children and the sexualization of children, and like having a pride parade, and there's guys walking down the street with like dildo suits on in front of
They're
children.
naked.
I think.
Oh, I made the mistake
shit
the
like
other
that
day.
does not need
Going
to.
to the city when it was
you
the
went
Pride
into the
Parade.
pride.
Oh,
Okay,
it was
okay,
Pride
hear me
Day.
out. Hear me out for
I
one
made
second.
Let me
that.
finish my point real quick. Let me finish my point.
Because we were in Hoboken and me and my friends and we were like, shit, there's nothing open to eat over here. Let's like go to a restaurant in the city. So one of our friends looked up a restaurant in the West Village and it didn't click to me until we got out the Uber. I was like, fuck, we made a big mistake right now. It's fucking the day before the parade.
Rainbows
Bro.
and cocks everywhere.
It was just fucking wild out there. I was like,
Okay.
yo, this is nuts right now.
Make your point, and then
Yeah,
I gotta
I was-
say something about Pride
Yeah.
Parades.
I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say that like being gay and or trans or whatever does not necessarily need to be identified with being like explicit.
Yes.
With
Yeah,
like
like-
walking around with a dildo suit on. It's like why can't and there are majority of gay people are just like two dudes that are like
I worked with
reserved
Yes.
and they're like a nice couple like David and his with Gary and his boyfriend, right? They're just
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
right? They're not
I
walking
worked-
around with dildos on their fucking head.
I worked with somebody who was a gay guy and he was married, and it was just two older, wealthy gentlemen who liked the finer things in life, and they
God
lived.
bless 'em.
They lived the most normal life that. They lived a life that like I aspire to have, like this nice house,
Exactly.
two
So
nice
now-
cars, a nice dinner every 2-3 nights and shit.
So,
like,
so God bless them. And then again, even to someone who wants to be a fucking freak, good for you. In the privacy of your own
Yes,
home,
I
whatever
agree.
you do,
Yeah.
is
Does it-
the problem
well
is
enough
the problem is doing that shit in front of children.
Yes.
that has crossed the line like in society that people are not like taking lightly
Yeah.
anymore. That's why there's been such a pushback this
Yeah.
year in terms of
Because I'm gonna
So
play.
wait,
I'm-
hold on,
hold on,
Wait,
Wait, let me play
say
devil's
one thing.
advocate to that.
Sure.
Because one of them is going to come up and say to you, I want to express myself. Okay, express yourself in private.
yeah.
what a kid.
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
but,
no,
like-
an adult is going to say that. When you tell them, please be not explicit in public, they're going to say they want to express themselves. But you can express yourself
but
without
okay.
being
So here, I actually
explicit.
have
Right,
a
you
point
could
to-
express yourself
I
by
have
walking around
a
with a
point to
dildo on
that.
your fucking
Yeah.
head.
Right.
I have a point to that, and it's what I want to say. Okay, so at the Pride Parade, first and foremost, I think next June we should go to the Pride Parade because we've
That-
hold on.
Hey,
listen,
you
listen.
bag a lot of bitches.
Exactly.
Oh, I know.
Listen,
That's all
listen
I
for a
know.
second.
Got
Hear
a
me
lot
out,
of
hear
get a
me
lot
out.
of dick too.
We go out. We've done St. Patrick's Day and we've done SantaCon.
I'm going with
right?
shake weights.
Right, bro? Think of how crazy SantaCon and St. Patty's Day in the city is. Now, gay pride, you could do whatever the fuck you want. They're
These
not going to do
titties out in the
anything.
open.
Like, okay, so to your point, you want to express yourself. At the Pride Parade, you could walk around with your dick out, bro. You
Bet.
could walk around with
Bet.
no
That's kinda
fucking
dangerous, though.
problem,
Bet.
and you
Dangerous.
won't get arrested. But on St. Patrick's Day, if you trip over the curb, the police will arrest you for being drunk in public.
Wait.
Let's go to the
that's true.
fucking Pride Parade.
Yeah.
'Cause there's going to be no rules,
Yeah.
bro.
No rules.
None. Think, we've all
And you
seen,
dye your hair with something like that.
We've
Maybe
all
more,
seen
a couple more colors.
bullshit. We've all seen bullshit at St. Patty's Day where you drinking a beer on the sidewalk and the cops are ready
Oh,
to
yeah.
kick your heads in. But you could walk around naked at the Pride event.
Yeah.
Let's exploit
And,
this.
and that's the thing.
So let's
though,
get that
too,
drunk and
is
walk around naked.
Listen,
is what you're saying.
I'll let
All
you
right.
paint my dick rainbow.
the
Dude, and
Ass
nobody
and
will
chaps.
say anything.
Let's
We'll
do
get
it.
into bar.
I
People
will
will buy
do it.
you shots.
Oh, yeah,
bro.
they will.
The,
I will
the
do
gays
it.
back in the 70s and 80s when they were fighting for their rights to be recognized and stuff like that, those were some tough motherfuckers.
Oh
Because they
yeah.
would fight people.
Freddie
You know what I
Mercury.
mean? And
They
they, would
weren't
fight
gonna wear
people, and
dildo
they
suits.
weren't as explicit, like you said, where they're going out there like, look at me, look
Now
at me.
everything's
They were
sexualized.
fighting just to be, you know what? Hey, I love this person, and I want to be with this person for the rest of my life. But now, when you're so explicit, and it's you're sexualizing gays.
You know what happened?
They
Right?
tried to
Essentially.
like tie debauchery into being
Yes.
gay. Like who
They-
says explicitly that like being gay needs to mean
There's gay
needs to mean
propaganda.
you have to wear a dildo on your fucking
Yeah.
head. That's not what it means. But
No.
for some reason that has been promoted as the thing, and that's not the fucking
There's
thing for
gay
everyone.
propaganda.
Right? And then doing that in front of, again, I don't care if you do that, but doing it in front of children and making a parade where that's being done and people are like encouraging children to go to that is fucking weird. That's like you're not having a parade about being gay. You're having a parade about being a fucking nympho.
Yeah.
In front
Right?
of, yeah.
In front of children. That's
Yes.
different, two different things.
You're
We should not be
sexualizing.
we should exactly
You're
right.
sexualizing your specific
You know
interest.
what? I already got my outfit. Ready?
Let's go. What do you got?
Dildo on the forehead.
All right.
Right.
Unicorn.
I'm gonna wear a shirt with a vagina on it. A
gonna
nice,
fuck yourself?
just a nice centerfold, right? Just like somebody's vagina, like a porn star,
And it's
right?
going to be saying, can't be trusted.
Assless chaps,
Of course.
and I'm gonna wear my dick out, and we're gonna paint it rainbow.
Of course.
I think that's the plan,
All right.
Okay, creep.
because I want to support
And
both.
now back to this conversation.
That's it. I had my
I want to support
Regular
both.
program scheduled. So when you sexualize something like that and you have kids looking at it, I don't want my kid doing that. But here's the thing: is that gay people don't want that.
Dude,
No, you're
100%
correct.
right.
I'm
Right.
No,
I'm
so
speaking
listen,
on the gay people I know because I
Yeah,
know many.
but
He's
you're
gay,
rock-
so it's fine.
Yeah.
He identifies as gay.
I mean, look at his
Listen,
cousin.
bitch. Okay. So we have a family member who was gay. You know what I mean? And
Was?
she hid it for
Yeah.
she passed. So she
Sorry to hear that.
she hid
got
it
vaccinated.
for a while. She hid it for a while because people demonized it, and we understood that.
Mm.
She never said, "Hey, listen." It's not like now. Maybe if she was around now, she would be like, "Yeah, I'm gay and I'm with
You
so
know,
and so."
you-
She never did that. It was always hidden.
You know what?
You know what I mean?
You know what happened?
I'm happy that they are out
Yes,
and
correct.
they
Me
can
too.
say, "Hey,
Right.
listen, because nobody's going to criticize them." And she was the life of the party. She was a great
Yeah.
person. But like now, it's gotten to a point. It's like now you're like, "Yo, I'm out, and this is how sexually
Join
aroused I
or
am."
die.
so-
hold on, wait,
You
it's
got it.
become a white supremacist movement. It's join or die. We as a nation, as people know, but as the media and the establishment and the government, they overshot the mark. Because in the 70s and 80s, there was these tough motherfuckers who were like, no, this is the person I love. Like, I shouldn't have
Right.
to deal with this. And I'm going to I'm going to fight for it. Now, and then in like the 90s and 2000s, like we reached the level where we were like, oh, gay people are just normal human beings. Because like, don't get me wrong, back in the 70s and the 80s, they thought they
Can I
they
add
took
some
the world.
color? I think
Yeah.
also what has to factor into it is we reached the pinnacle of civilization.
Yeah.
We defeated the Soviet Union. We stood alone as the society.
The beacon of hope, if
Right.
you will.
We stood alone as the lone superpower.
Yeah.
The place in the world where there were no issues.
Yeah.
No one threatened our society. We're good. So now we could experiment. We're comfortable. We can do whatever we want.
And the experiment went wrong. So at some point in the late 90s, early 2000s, or maybe even before that, everybody as a whole, as the majority, was perfectly fine with the gay culture or LGBT, whatever you want to call it. And then they found out we can exploit this. We could we could, the powers that be, the establishment, the World Economic Forum, the New World Order, they're like, well, we could put pedophiles in here, and we could put drag shows for kids, and we could do critical race theory, and we could do these types of education. And they found and I hate to say this because it's not a weak community, but they found a weak community to tack everything on. The way the government made it that, listen, you want to believe that we accept you? Well, you got to add the trans community, and you got to add, we're going to try and talk about pedophiles.
Everything.
We're just anything weird. Or
It
not
is
weird. Anything,
they made a hodgepodge
yes,
community.
Yes, anything
Yeah.
that is
Weird.
taboo and out of the normal, we're just going to add it to your community, but that's how you're going to feel that we accept it.
It's
But
the idea.
the core gay community doesn't need that.
You know what it's called?
Normal
you know
people.
what it's called? What leftists or progressives will call it? Intersectionality. That's what they call it, right? Where, like, if you are a gay person, you should be intersectional. Like, there should be intersectionality where, like, you're on the side of a black person, right? Because they also have had a struggle.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they didn't.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying, like, that's the idea behind intersectionality. So that's why they've hodgepodged all of these things together. And even if you look now at the
Let's get a beer,
SOS.
please.
If you look at the flag now, right? If you look at the
do you
like the
I don't even know what's in there.
LGBTQ flag, it has not
Give me that
only
twisted tea.
the rainbow on
no,
it,
the
but it also
ultra
has now
whatever.
like
It's
a black and a
brown.
brown line. That's
Yeah.
for black and
Ultra
brown
next to it.
people.
Yeah.
There's a white circle now. I have no idea what that's
Isn't
for.
there a plus minus on it too?
There might be something like that,
Yeah.
but that's the idea of intersectionality. We're like, we're all on the same team because we've all been oppressed by the white man.
Well,
essentially.
and here's the thing:
something like that.
is society. Society is allowing all this stuff to happen and forcing people into saying, "Oh man, everybody." Because let's all be real: human beings are followers. We tend
Yes.
to go towards tribes.
Yes, we're
So
tribal.
So
Yes.
if they're seeing something and they're like, "Oh, I want to be part of that," or "Yeah, this is acceptable. I'm going to be, right with you." But you have to draw a line at some point when it involves kids. I agree.
Yeah.
But like even Instagram, right? Today, I'm with my 85-year-old grandmother who thinks that women should be in the kitchen because that's the time period she's from. I don't agree with it because that's not right. The man goes out.
Different opinion.
Yeah, the man goes out to work, and I stay home, cook, clean, whatever.
You?
Wait,
But
wait,
she's still
Would
stuck-
you not rather stay home and cook clean?
100%.
I'd be a housewife.
Thank you.
100%.
Thank
But
you.
I'm very old.
I'm
school.
sorry.
I'd be a house husband.
Okay, you guys I'm sorry to interject on your topic. If you want a real controversial topic, bro, women were tricked into working. Women were fucking tricked into working. Yes, listen, until women started working, bro, like shit got out of control, right? Where the divorce rates went up and stuff like
Yeah.
this. I understand why women wanted to be able to work, and of course you have the right to. I'm not talking about taking away this right, but for all the women who are working that 9 to 5 and working 5 more hours over that 9 to 5 for pay that just gets you through the week and just pays your bills and leaves you with such little free time, all you could use with that free time is to sleep. Like, you had the chance back in the day to sleep
Yeah.
and then wake up and go and clean and take care of the house. And I know it sounds degrading, and I don't want it to sound degrading, but we're all adults here, okay? Most of us have our own places or had our own places, anything like that. Part of being an adult is cleaning and washing the house and the clothes.
Someone has to do it.
It's
This
a
is true.
fucking it's a separate
task.
goddamn job that no, it doesn't take 8 hours a day. But I'd rather spend the 6 hours cleaning the house a day than sitting in a 2-hour fucking meeting that could be in a 4-sentence
Yep.
email.
You got a point, Cap. You got a point.
So,
back to
hang on.
Yeah.
I have an. Let me add something. I have an interesting take on this entire thing. But you say women were tricked.
Men were too, I guess.
Into having to work the whole thing instead of being a
Let
housewife.
me make one
right?
more point. One more point. In today's society, if a female wants to work, no problem. It's not strange at all, right? Like, that's the normal thing. But if a woman decides she doesn't want to work, no one has a problem with it.
Nope.
No one.
Nope.
No one.
Right.
But
If a man doesn't, right,
If,
it's-
if I said, I'm going to stay home and clean, I'm not going to work, people, you're a fucking bum. Girls wouldn't even consider talking to me and dating me. But if a woman does it, dudes will still be like, all right, we're going out Friday night, baby.
And here's the thing: is we're onto that point. We're conditioned, and I've always said this: we're conditioned when we're kids. Our parents, our mothers, wholeheartedly would be like, "You're the man. You have to take the woman out for even when you're young. You're dating someone." Take her out to dinner. You have to woo her. You have to make sure that she feels comfortable.
Didn't you want to spend your money to buy mom
So-
something for Valentine's Day?
So, the way men are brought up, looking at women, is because of our mothers.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, is it not? They taught us how to treat women.
Yeah, but we were
So
all
then
raised
now-
by
so
old
now-
school
so-
Italian moms and Puerto Rican moms.
true,
So,
yeah.
but-
So, like,
Bronx
we're
moms
different.
too.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
different from the people listening.
But here's the
bro.
thing: is that women now are like, no, we're independent, we're this and that, and it's like, no, but my mom told me that I have to be the man of the house and I have to support you,
But if
right?
you- if
so
you-
it's like, what
but
the
all
fuck are
those
we doing? Because that's the
independent
way I'm
women-
at right now.
all those independent.
Why is that a
women-
bad thing?
What?
Yeah.
Why is that a bad thing?
Why is it a bad thing?
Like, why is that now like a bad thing?
That's
Oh,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
People
it
look
is.
at that as some sort of negative.
Because
for
girls
some
now are
reason.
like,
I don't
I
understand
don't need
why.
I don't need a man.
But
this
think
and
of this,
that,
though.
blah,
Good for
blah.
them. I'm not trying to put them down or anything.
Yeah.
I just
But
don't
think of
understand like why that. I really do know why, but I'm just saying like as a question, why is that become a bad thing?
Listen to this though.
It's crazy.
Think of this though. If you weren't the man who wanted to take care of everything, if you weren't the man who wanted to be the provider, you'd get left.
Yes.
They wouldn't talk to you.
Absolutely.
But because you're the man who wants to be the provider, what the fuck? Who do you think you fucking are? You think you're better? But okay, so then I won't provide for us anymore. You're not going to pay my car bill no more? Peace.
So it's a double-edged sword at that point.
Some of them understand. The
Someone
game.
has to do it.
Yeah.
Some of them understand the game. You need to support me, but I just need. What it comes down to, and this goes across the board for every offended little person, is they need that safety net. The people protesting in New York State that Roe v. Wade got overturned, while they still have the right to get an abortion, they just want that feeling of the safety net under them. And even though that like Roe v. Wade is like this paper thin safety net for them, that's how sensitive they are.
I've been shifting the captain's position. I can feel it in what he's saying. Yes.
Yeah, but like I've been,
You've thought about it since I've yelled at him about it.
No,
Yeah.
I still didn't. I still don't care. At the end of the day, if abortion coast to coast became illegal, I'd be like, well, this is wrong. We need to be pro-choice.
So I've heard actually. I've
Yeah,
heard,
so people have options still.
Oh, let me ask you a question though. All right. So do you feel that abortions should be just gone completely off the table?
No,
Okay. Do you feel that way?
What does that question mean? Like,
So,
I
like,
feel like
Should abortions
there's
be
no such
allowed?
thing like no, right? But what does that mean exactly? Like, if a woman is in a situation where there's what they call like ectopic pregnancy, right? Like that should be allowed. If there's a situation where someone is about to die and the only thing you can do to save them is do an abortion because it has to be removed or something like that, theoretically it's not an abortion. So no, abortion should not be allowed. But people don't really like define what an abortion is. To me, abortion is killing a baby for no other reason besides like I just don't want this baby.
Yeah.
That's it. That's not a real
But
reason.
also, the
Like
people that go out there-
I don't like you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go grab that gun and then just shoot you in the fucking head because you're
Right.
inconvenient to me existing. Do you understand what I'm trying to
No,
say?
I
Like,
get it.
that should be not like an accepted norm in society.
I get what you're saying 100%. Now, then it goes even deeper rooted than that. At what point would you allow pregnancy, right? Because at some point it's going to be a fetus. And I was always taught in biology in college from a very liberal professor that anything that has cells or whatever is a living
So, here,
organism.
you
Everything
want-
is living. So
Well, dude, if you look
So
at
at that point-
bacteria
so
on
at that-
Mars, that's life.
So at that point, that is living, right? So when do you say, hey, listen, right here is the line?
So here, I
So
will give you the line.
I'm going to go even bigger than that. Not my fucking body, and it's not going to weigh on my conscience. It has to weigh on yours,
Yeah.
right?
The
So that's
woman's.
why it's my body, my choice. They have every authority to do whatever they want to do with their body. It's not going to affect my life.
Dude, I always said for me, as a pro-choice person, but like the up to the 9-month mark is fucking insanity.
Oh,
Like,
100%. I agree
dude,
with that. Yep.
up to the heartbeat.
Yes.
Up to the
100%
heartbeat
agree
is
with
where, as a pro-choice person, that's where I'm fine. Like up to the heartbeat,
Pause.
because I know there is
Pause. Where is it available up to the 9-month mark?
New York.
New York.
Up into the 9 months?
Dude, the
9
day
month?
if your due date. Okay,
It's
so
tomorrow.
okay, so tomorrow is January 3rd, July 3rd. January 3rd, motherfucker.
January 6th.
Yeah.
January 6th.
I'm having flashbacks.
You
Having
say
flashbacks.
January 6th, click your ears 3 times, and Trump appears. Yeah.
So July 3rd.
Right.
The due date is July 3rd. You could go to the hospital right now, tonight, July 2nd, and get an abortion.
Wow. I did not know that.
Now, do I?
And
I
that's
ask
a
you
that's a
guys,
full baby a
I
day
didn't know
away.
that. I didn't know it
Is
was
that
that
wrong?
late. I didn't know you could do it that late.
Is that
I thought
wrong?
there was a week.
Yes.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
that is wrong.
Yes.
That's wrong morally as well. Like that's just
And think of
wrong.
this though, like how fucking lazy are you to wait 9 months
That's
to do
crazy.
this? Like
That's yes, of course. That's a bad way to put
I
it.
don't
Though.
give a
However,
fuck.
I know what you're
Wow.
See, here's the thing, and that's why I take my stance. Is like, for me, morally, that's absolutely off the table,
Yeah.
and that's wrong.
that's
Now,
why somebody
so
like that
You have to
deserves
live with that
suffer.
decision for the rest of your fucking life.
Right.
Means
So, all right,
nothing,
I have a
nothing.
different perspective now because I
Yeah.
am pretty solidly now pro-life. I'm completely against it.
Okay.
Except for the things I was telling about before.
Yeah.
Like if it's a life-threatening
Yeah.
thing, or say you get raped or something like that. Yes, there should be exceptions to insane things, which everyone wants to use as an excuse.
The
Not really an
moderate
excuse.
road.
Right. But you guys think that like the 9-month period is way too late. That's morally wrong, etc. What difference is there really from that to, let's say, 8 months before that? Why is it more morally right to kill it 8 months before the 9-month period?
You want me
like
to-
I'm asking all of you.
I'll tell you.
Hang on, let everybody else chime in. for a
Here's
second.
my moral compass with that, right? Some people want to say that a heartbeat makes it human, right? So some people count it by there.
Which it is
right?
living. It is,
right? It is living. I get that.
Technically, by
But-
biology and their rules, that is
But
living.
but for me personally, the way I feel, so I can't believe 9 months is still available. Like that's kind of insane,
That's off the table.
Right.
That's off the
Here's
table.
over here. I would mind.
right?
I'm putting you guys all on the spot,
Um,
right? I know you guys are now saying also the heartbeat, but like, what about 1 second before the heartbeat?
So here's my thing. You know where I think I would be generally considerate life? Brain function. That's where I would count.
All right.
That's
What about
where I would start-
1 second before it got brain function?
No.
No.
No, so
Yeah.
No.
so like if you mean to tell me like what's the difference between the 1 second?
I don't have an answer for what the difference is. But so there is a law when if you get an abortion that you have both parents or whoever's there has to listen to the heartbeat before they abort the baby. I think that's too far cuz you're now listening like we're going to like if we went out tonight and I got too fucking drunk and the EMTs showed up and there was no heartbeat, what would I be? Would I be dead? I'd be dead, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
You had no heartbeat.
Right.
You'd
So
be pronounced dead.
yes. So now if you 1 second before there's no heartbeat and we're doing it, fine. But now that you have to listen to the heartbeat, no, we're listening to something alive. So you watched your daughter grow in your wife's, uterus. I guess we'll talk about your wife's uterus on the podcast, bro. It started out smaller, bigger, bigger. At what point did you actually see like her face in the heartbeat? Like what time was that?
What do you mean, like through the ultrasound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. At one point, the
Very early on, saw the heartbeat. Very early on, like maybe
Okay.
like the second time we went to the doctor.
Okay. So
Yeah.
when were you able to make out your daughter's face?
Well, I mean, you don't do a, like, what do you mean by make out the
All right,
face?
so,
like,
like
so
5,
my,
6
what my
months?
point is,
see the
Like
first
yeah,
time,
when they do the
first,
ultrasound, you can see the 3D model of the baby.
the first time you got the ultrasound or
Yeah.
the 3D printout, you could barely tell what it was, and there was no
Sure.
heartbeat,
It-
right?
you're right. It was like a.
But then eventually there was a heartbeat, and you could tell there's her eyes, there's her nose, there's her cheeks, there's her lips. You are now looking at a person,
Actual person.
a person.
All right. So, but are you trying to use this as your like barometer as to when it
Yes.
becomes acceptable or
As
not?
my individual
Sure.
personal.
I'm telling you,
barometer.
you're using an arbitrary line. That is my argument. You guys are all using an
But you're
arbitrary.
saying
No,
it before,
no,
a
no,
second before.
no. You're using an arbitrary line because you're saying, when did you see its face? Well, like, does it? Because it didn't look like it had a face. Did it make it any less of a person before that?
Well, I'm
because
just trying to get a
like
timeline.
I understand. But I'm trying to. I know already what you're trying to do, right? I'd say the timeline probably like around 3 months, maybe when it starts to look like an actual like small tiny infant. But I know what you're trying to say. So you're saying that your barometer is when it starts to look like a human, then it is a human. Therefore, it's immoral to kill it. But my point is that like it's always been a human. From the moment it was conceived. From the moment it was conceived, it's been a life. It's been a human.
Was a comedian. There was a comedian that was he was pro-choice, I guess, and he was like, if you abort a baby, it dies, but if you would have left it alone, it would have been a baby. And the guy was like, boy, pedophiles should use that. He's like, well, if you just left the little girl alone, she'd eventually be 18, bro. So, like, no matter what, like, I get what you're saying. That clump of cells that has no heartbeat, is a
human. It is.
Yeah, I was saying, people are saying that the heartbeat defines life.
No, it does not.
Yeah,
but that's where
what, was it dead? And then it just like a zombie came to life out of nowhere. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
But you got to clear. But you are now a pro-life person, and I am still pro-choice. And this is my limit that I would go as a pro-choice person.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is I thought you would have stood with pro-choice.
No,
at all.
Again. I'm pro-life. I've heard better arguments, which I'm trying to now make to you guys.
Yeah.
I've also had a child, so that changes your perspective. I've gotten older, etc. There's a difference between I love liberty and freedom. That you don't have freedom to kill innocent people. That does not exist.
Yeah.
No one has that freedom. You have the right to self-defense. There is no fetus that is coming out here with an AR-15 and murdering any of us. So therefore, we have no right to self-defense against a fetus. That's why.
But so my argument to that is, what if that female, she early stages on, she knows she's pregnant, right? Why can't she say, hey, I don't want, I can't do this?
Why can't you go kill someone right now you don't like? I mean, you could.
Yeah.
You could. Mm-hmm. But why is that morally wrong?
Because it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So why is it morally acceptable that you could do that to a fetus?
But here's the thing, right? And my stance is, I get what you're saying, because I'm on the same side. I am morally against that. But it's your choice, right? It's not my choice. I'm going to sleep knowing that I didn't.
Yeah, I understand what
right?
you're saying.
You know what I mean?
It's not going to bother you that someone else got an
exactly,
abortion.
because that's their
Nor
body.
is it really.
Can I interject something? I found the mommy milker chick that we were talking about.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Yeah. That is perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
Wow.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
This is good though. This is how we figured this shit out.
Yes. No, it's a great conversation, because this is not happening, right? What we're doing here, why podcast is so huge right now, is that people get different ideas from people and get to question people and why do you see the way you do? Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with that, even if it's like opposite of what I think. I think it's an amazing thing.
I guess the main question is always going to be, how do you define life, or who define? Or, as you would say, I would agree with you. It's the woman's choice to define it, but
no, right? Because then you could also say that people could just deny objective reality. There's no such thing as I could just make up what life is or when life has begun.
Right.
No, that's a scientific thing.
Okay.
And this should apply most to the people who tell us to follow the science. And they are the most pro-abortion people that exist, first of all. So that's a little political point right there. But you don't get to say when a scientific thing exists or not. It just exists or not. You can say, I'm a woman, but you actually might be a man. And you have every right to just make that shit up in your mind, but that's not objective reality. That is not the reality. So that's different from actually killing another thing. We should not allow the game of denying objective reality around life or death, in my opinion. If that makes any sense. I don't know. I'm a little stoned, but
so what
I get what you're saying. Is like I said before, I was taught in college in my Bio 101 that organism cells coming together is a living thing, and I get that. At the same time, like I said, it is up to someone to decide what they want to do, because when you have a kid, as you well know, because you have a kid, I don't, it changes your life.
Well,
right?
but
So
you got to understand,
it's-
we're apathetic to
Wasn't
the
that-
situation. We were just talking about this.
Yes, I think that's the main thing for most people.
So for him, we're not going to understand it until we're in his shoes. It's 100%. Because at the end of the day, like, you and your girl have your relationship and all that stuff, and like, if she got pregnant, it's up to you guys. It is now the two of yours choice. Same if, you know, I got someone pregnant, it's now our choice.
Is it your choice though?
I would like to think
Is
it's
it your
ours.
choice?
Actually, some
Because as a
women
man,
don't
it
let
is never
the
your
guy
choice.
I understand.
Yes, it is your
As a man,
choice, though.
it's
Yes, it
never
is
your
your choice.
I understand.
But-
Yes, it is.
But
by
that's just
state-
that's just added propaganda bullshit.
No, but
by
it is
court,
your choice,
but by
too.
Court, but by court, sometimes they lean with
Wait.
the woman.
Yeah.
It is your choice because you chose to blow your load in that girl. I'm
Right.
not even
Yeah.
trying to be a dick.
And like,
Right,
I,
no,
said,
no,
and like I
you're
said
absolutely
before,
right.
you
Yes.
are a preventative measure.
Yeah.
You are the first line of saying,
defense.
"Hey,
Some
I'm not
accountability.
doing this."
Yes.
As a man,
factors into this whole
hey,
thing.
As a man, you are number one in saying, "I'm not doing this." And if she says, "Come in me," you don't come in her.
Meow, 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 meow.
That might be the name of this episode. That might be the name of this episode. You don't come in me
don't
with the
come
last
in me.
slice.
Come in, man.
This mess has been
Fuck.
approved
All
by
right, all
somebody.
right. So before we wrap this up, we've been going, and I'm
Oh,
hungry.
man, I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
let's keep
go
going.
ahead.
Keep going.
Keep
Keep going.
What I have
Fuck
for
it, we'll
us to
do it
keep
live.
going on, though,
All right.
is
Fuck it.
we have to come up with Trill's backstory.
That's
for why
right.
he's
Yes.
famous, bro.
I think that lent into this whole conversation
Yeah.
somehow. But
But let me just
So
end
okay,
this
so
out.
wait. So we've now nailed down that Trill's pro-abortion. Right? Where does he stand?
You want to
as a
see him
celebrity?
get left so quick? It's that. It's that.
Oh god.
So as this famous streamer from LA, is he pro-choice or pro-life?
gee, we got to spell out his
Pro-choice.
policy
Well,
position
if
too.
it's from LA,
we just come up
He's
with a
from LA,
fucking
he's
nickname?
pro-choice.
Because
Yeah.
we're gonna have to
Pro-choice.
have them sign affidavits for whoever he brings home.
Listen,
Davids,
he is the streamer that went up during the Black Lives Matter movement and hammered wood onto
Oh
a
my
fucking
God.
piece, saying, "I did my part, took pictures, and went back,
Yeah.
went home." That's
my
true.
God.
Bro,
We
that
can't
video-
sell him like
that
that.
The drill in his
No,
hand.
okay, we have to sell him. Let's brainstorm and really, really come down with, okay, it's Trill. This is my boy Trill.
From LA.
What else?
From LA.
We got that down
He's a
covered. He's
streamer.
a
From
streamer.
LA,
Streamer.
streamer.
What else?
I have a better idea.
Go ahead.
I have a better
He
idea.
sells
Fuck the
NFTs.
streaming aspect.
Okay.
He's from Los Angeles. He produces for Instagram models in the Hollywood Hills.
Oh,
so
the
who's
Maxim
the guy?
magazine photographer.
They don't take their own photo. Like what's her name? Like Demi Rose Mob.
Oh,
Like
no,
she
yeah,
takes her
they
own
don't-
photo. She got
no.
a producer.
She got a
team.
producer, a
That's
whole
this
team.
guy right
No,
here.
but then you got to pull up an Instagram.
Oh, you
Yeah.
pull up any one of them. How are they gonna
Yeah.
verify? How are they gonna verify?
Oh,
that?
you can
find the
say-
most
Oh, they
popular
tag-
fucking.
Oh,
person.
you can say, "This is my model."
Gary
Come up-
V, bro. Let's go.
You
Anybody.
Can, you can.
Yeah.
This is my model, and pull up a page. What are they gonna do? DM her and saying,
Right.
"Oh, do you know this
And
guy?"
she's not gonna get a
Absolutely
response
not.
from them because they get fucking
Thousands.
And you could be like, she never responds to any messages, so you're
Yeah.
not getting a response, right? I'm telling you, it could work.
Oh shit!
All right, so there was a game we played out one night
Yeah.
on somebody's night out. I'm not even gonna fucking
Yeah,
give
don't
the
do it.
details.
Yeah.
But we were telling people that people in our group were photographers for Maxim magazine, and that they worked for Maxim magazine. And these girls were like, "Oh my God, you work for Maxim!" And now this was years ago.
Yeah. I
wasn't
this was
there.
years ago, right? So like Maxim was way more popular back then, and I swear to God, these girls like we had a table and all this shit. They would come and like stand up on like the couch, and like the two of them were like, "Oh, we're gonna take pictures of you now, get sexy," and like these chicks would be like, "Oh," like fucking bending over
Wow.
and shit in the middle of the club. And just
I feel
and
like
they're
I'm
getting
like
Do that with you.
photos taken
I feel like I'm like
with an
the
iPhone.
producer
Fucking
from
iPhone.
Casting Couch.
Yes. No, Vixen. Even better. Blacked. You do that. That's you.
Yo, how about we
Yo,
say you're an
casting
OnlyFans
couch. You got the
producer?
Pornhub hat?
I was thinking about
Yo,
that.
he's
too.
an
I was
OnlyFans
thinking about
producer.
that
Hey,
too.
hey, true story about the Pornhub hat. This motherfucker's the one who got it from me.
I have one too.
Because there was a pop-up shop. They
mine's
didn't know
not,
that they
mine's
do
not the
pop-up
blacked out
shops.
one. It actually has the
Yeah,
colors and
yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
And
He
I
has
had the
orange
shirt.
and shit, yeah. And you met, who'd you meet when you went there?
You sick bastard.
Danny Daniels
Danny Daniels
and who was and Asa Akira.
Yes.
Yeah. Two infamous porn stars ever to grace this earth. he had the pleasure of meeting. And he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna buy you stuff." I was like, "What did he?" I was like, "Pop-up shop? What the fuck did they have?" He's like, "Oh, I got you a hat." Okay, cool. I was like, "What else did they have?" They had a varsity jacket. They had fucking socks.
Bro, they had everything.
They had the jacket.
Oh, I got the socks too.
They had jackets with the fucking the menu on it.
Wow.
Of when you search for
Wow.
different type of
Wow.
Yeah, it had the whole fucking menu, whatever you
So
want
it's
to.
like anal, anime.
Hey, let's
cream
loosen
pie,
this shit up,
midgets.
right? This is not
Hentai.
political right now, right? All right. I want to get into this real quick.
All right, so
How
from
long does
LA,
it-
Let him make his
wait,
point. Let
wait.
him make his point. Let him make his
How
point.
long does it take for you guys to select a video when you jerk off?
Not long at all.
It depends.
Okay, no,
What,
not
this-
it
it
depends.
depends.
No.
Not it
It
depends.
depends.
Yeah, that's him. Danny Daniels and us.
At the pop-up shop.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. Golden.
Golden.
So, how long would it realistically take you? Do you
Okay.
spend 20 minutes to find a video?
No.
It depends.
20 minutes?
Are we going for like
Under a minute from me.
quick
man.
session?
I don't even get
for me,
off
man.
the homepage.
I already know where I'm going.
Oh,
That's it.
he don't get
Wow.
okay, I'm gonna hold you. I'm gonna hold
You
you.
gotta
right
understand.
There.
wait,
I'm
so
I'm
a
gonna hold you right there.
porn caveman.
So you
Yeah.
go for like the most popular.
No,
trending-
no, whatever
Oh.
fucking thumbnail looks the best.
Yep.
No.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
I
okay,
don't give a
gotcha.
Yeah,
fuck.
listen.
And I don't
gotcha.
listen to any content.
Nope.
Straight
Fast
to
forward.
the banging. That's I'm there for one reason,
hey.
one reason only.
Don't-
In and out, we're done.
All right, so
Don't
you're
you
not
don't you
specific.
hate this though? Don't you hate this though? Welcome to Jerkmate.
Yeah.
Every
Welcome to
time.
Jerkmate.
Every fucking time.
Yeah.
What,
fuck?
the commercial?
Wait, how long?
The commercial?
Oh.
Yeah.
So you
So
blow
how-
your load before you even finish
So-
the
I-
search.
I wait for that.
So
basically.
Look at that.
so
Wait.
listen.
Wait. On average, you go to the page, you go to whatever you want, X videos, Pornhub. How
Right
long
now.
does it
No,
realistically take?
no,
do
it's
it right
different.
now.
No. Here's the thing. X videos, right? X video. Am I about to define this? Fuck.
Oh, X videos
Yes.
is great.
X videos is
It's
great
phenomenal.
because X videos just has an array of random videos and they're all different, right? So X videos, I look at a thumbnail within like 2 minutes, I'm ready to go and I'm done, right?
That's
now,
what you know. That's
Right.
what you want.
Okay,
from
Right.
all
me.
right, wait.
Pornhub-
Whole page, 2 minutes. You go.
What?
but it goes page by page.
You go. How long does it take you?
It might take me like 5 minutes. Because
5 minutes. Oh, we're getting
I,
higher.
I,
We're
I,
getting
I
higher.
go
So-
to like a
But on
page
what
two minutes, 5
website?
minutes.
What website?
So
I
I
go
think
to X
it's
videos first.
Yeah.
All right, I use XNXX.
Okay.
I
Yes,
think, I think
yes.
it's a bit of a luck of the draw,
Yes.
however, though. Sometimes you might log in there and you might get something that's just it's just right.
You
It's
just
just right there
reload.
for you to find,
just hits
and you're
right.
good to go. Sometimes, though, you might be on there
Yeah.
for 20 minutes or so looking for the correct
No.
thing.
Pulled it up.
You might be.
I'm done
I
before the
might do
20-minute mark.
I like
I'm
I
with
like
you.
quality,
Yes.
quality, not quantity.
Yes.
So I'll invest a little time if
Yes.
I have it.
Yes.
I don't really have much time for these things anymore,
Yes.
but when I do,
Yeah.
I might have a mood. I might have a mood, and I'll search for
Wait,
So
something.
hold on,
wait,
hold on,
wait,
hold
wait,
on,
wait,
hold
wait,
on.
wait.
Yeah, hold on. Before you continue,
Wait.
X videos and XNXX, right? The way that website,
100%
those
checking out
websites
X videos.
are
Oh, it's
laid
the
out,
best.
within the first 2 minutes, I find a video I want to watch. Pornhub, on the other hand, that's like going to IKEA and going to the showroom and then going downstairs to actually pick out the furniture.
Great analogy.
That's how Pornhub is. You can't just like walk into it. It's like IKEA. You got to go to the showroom first on the
that's a great fucking analogy.
You gotta go to the showroom floor. You gotta go to the showroom floor on the second floor. Walk around, see all the displays. Like, oh yeah, I want that. Write it down. Take the location down of where it's gonna be. Open up a second tab.
No.
Add 3 more tabs. Open all 3 up, right? And then
Well, that's
like
me.
you'll go to each one.
You
You
do
have
your
3
homework.
tabs, bro?
On Pornhub. On Pornhub.
So I'll go on and I'll see like different like thumbnails and shit.
Yes.
I'm like, all right, that
Yes.
looks good.
Open
Tab.
new tab. New tab.
No.
And then I'll go
No.
through each
Yeah.
one.
No.
What?
I'll go
That's
through
what I
each
do on
one.
Pornhub.
I will go
What?
through
That's
each
what I do
one.
on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Wait,
that's
you
what I
guys literally open up.
Take notes,
This
Cap.
might
Yes.
be good,
No.
and then this might be good.
My phone.
And you guys go
I can't show
shopping.
you because I cleared them
That-
all out. But
They add them to cart, bro. They add to cart.
no, I literally go through each one. I'm like, all right, that
That
might be
is
good.
so
Yes.
much
So
work.
when I go
I'll
to
tab it.
Pornhub,
No.
Tab.
I'll have
tab.
like 10 tabs open.
All right, another question.
Yeah,
for,
right.
Another question for you guys. What's your go-to? Oh, I'm off. I think I'm off. I might be off.
No, you're
you're
still
right,
on.
you're
I
right.
ju- you guys are
Alright.
screaming,
You're
so
on.
I turned
You're
down
on.
the volume temporarily.
What's your search look like? What's your
no,
go-to
that's always
Oh,
changing. That's
oh.
always
That is
No, what's your
confidential
primary?
information
No,
that
what's
should
your-
not be
what's your
shared. I don't want to
primary?
know.
Depends on
You
the
guys.
month.
What's your primary
No.
search
Nah.
history?
Oh,
what's
my!
the initial-
I'll tell you my primary. It's one lady. It's my special lady, Bonnie Rodden. Bro,
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Dude.
that's-
Spiderweb tits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spider nips.
Spiderweb.
Oh, so we call her Spider Nips.
Yeah, spider tits.
Dude,
Yes.
Bonnie Rodden for life.
Okay.
I don't know.
She still does
but-
it?
No, she retired.
She retired.
Yeah.
She can't take
Yeah.
a beating anymore.
Yeah.
Oh my
Bro,
god.
It's hard
what-
work. It's
Yeah.
hard work.
Dude,
Oh my God.
she's all time favorite.
She gets you
It's-
in and out like a drive-through.
There's one of hers
She's
where
your drive-through.
where if like push comes to shove, like that's the problem solved.
All right,
no
so
problem.
she's your fast food.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't
Yeah,
know,
the
but
quick-
like my
that's the quick-
favorite.
That's the quickest.
She's
She's your
my flavor
McDonald's,
nut.
your
He needs to blow a
Wendy's.
quick nut like he
Your
does
Taco
every
Bell.
single time. He just goes straight.
Bonnie,
to Bonnie
if you're
Rodden.
listening,
Real
Bonnie
quick.
Rodden, I know you just got married. I fucking love you.
Wow.
I don't give a shit.
Wow. Who's
Well,
my drive-through?
Yeah, like who's your?
Oh, Christy Mack.
Ooh,
Christy
wow,
Mack.
That's old school.
I know she doesn't do it anymore, but
Yeah.
like I'll rewatch 10 years worth of videos of her.
Yeah, you're Warhammer. Good. What about you?
Well, I'm gonna do topics.
Oh,
So
All right.
the
See, okay, so I'm sorry, but my
topical.
topics are
well,
always
not
changing.
category,
bro.
category.
Yeah,
whatever.
categories.
Okay.
So my first one always is the stepsister one.
No.
I always go to that
Wow.
one. I always go to that one.
You are
Wow.
contributing to the fucking deterioration
Wow.
of society.
I agree.
Oh no, stepsister! Step bro, I'm stuck.
Yo, did you
I
guys-
had that as a sound
you guys
alert on my
ever see-
Twitch.
you guys
I
ever
had
see the
that
TikTok?
as a sound alert on my
You ever
Twitch.
see the TikTok of the son and the stepmother?
No.
And she's like, oh, I'm
No,
gonna
but I
get-"
will.
He's like, so.
What's the
so
link?
They have this TikTok. I don't know if they're actually stepmom and stepson or whatever, but it's this sexy older woman and this younger kid. And she's like,
I've seen
oh,
it.
I'm going to do your laundry. He's like, oh, and I'm sure you're going to get stuck
Yes.
in the dryer.
Yes.
And then
I've
like
seen
they
it.
go through all these scenarios, and then at the very end of it, she's like, yeah, now take your dick out.
I saw that video. It was hilarious.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So I that's number one.
You are a fucking menace to society.
And
Wait,
then-
wait. You can't just watch stepbrother, stepson
With that
porn.
hair, you have no
hold on,
choice.
hold on. You can't just watch stepbrother, stepsister porn, whatever, and fast forward. You have to listen.
No, I watched the whole.
It's the
thing.
dialogue.
The dialogue is great.
I can't.
I have to watch the whole thing. I have to.
I'm with
It's
you.
great
I'm with
content.
you.
It makes the
It makes
whole.
you feel like you're there.
Bro, if you skip
Yeah,
right
it
to the
makes you
part,
realize-
it's like, why am I getting excited?
Nah.
It makes you
Why
mad.
am I not getting excited? I
Nah.
need to see the whole thing
Nah.
unfold.
And you're part of the fucking family.
I need to see it
No.
unfold.
Yo,
I need to
have-
see it unfold.
I have never listened to a second of content.
You are
Bro,
a
it's
fucking
no
serial
dialogue.
killer, bro.
Yeah.
What is
No
wrong with
dialogue.
this? This guy, he doesn't like
Second
any like.
of dialogue, content.
Thank you.
No,
Thank
You're
you.
the-
No, you're doing
Pound
it
and
wrong.
go.
Yeah.
Pound and go.
You're the Jeffrey Dahmer.
No.
In and out.
No.
You need to stop. Listen to it.
No.
You're doing
like,
it
oh,
fast
bro.
forward.
You know what?
Once
You
I
know
see
why I
the
don't
dick in
listen
the
to
mouth,
content?
It's
you're
the
a
best-
monster.
It's the best
You're a
acting you'll ever
monster.
hear.
All right,
No,
okay.
no.
Yeah,
You're
way
a
too much, way
monster.
There's
too
a
much.
lot of sound.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You're a
What about you?
monster.
I
I
like what's
can't wait.
popular.
Wait, he wasn't even done.
Wait,
he
I'm
wasn't
not
even
done.
done.
I have
my
a
God,
whole
he's still
list.
going.
I have a
All
whole
right,
list.
I feel like
Tell me
Marcus
why.
is definitely the porn pro here.
No, that's
Yeah,
this guy
that's
over here.
the
No,
That's
no,
true.
no,
The
no,
porn
no,
general.
no,
I'm a
no,
lieutenant.
no, no.
Mr.
I'm a
Jerk Tablet.
lieutenant. I'm a lieutenant. Okay, so
I'm a mercenary.
it's the
Let's
step
go.
bro, step sis.
Oh god.
Then I go into like the Spanish,
Okay.
the Latinas,
Okay.
mostly
Wait,
Colombian.
wait, big booty or just Latina?
No, the Latino, like Colombians, especially.
Tiny Latina.
Tyler,
Then after that,
petite?
it's blacked. I do
Wow.
that.
It's
I do
what?
that. Blacked.
He likes punishment.
Marcus, he loves
The
his
black
big
dot
black
com shit.
cocks. He
I
loves
do
all
it.
right,
that.
all right.
Because I envision myself. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm that guy fucking that chick. That's me. That's me.
You like that
Okay.
POV shit?
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
That's
okay.
Let's be real.
That's
Let's
how
be
okay.
real.
Ruined
Top three.
orgasms?
Let's
Top
be
three.
real. Out of all the companies, all the production companies that are coming out with content,
Black
gets
is the best.
hottest chicks
Oh,
ever.
I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever seen this.
100%.
Bro,
Never
Black?
seen
Yeah,
You
we,
never seen
once
Black?
we get out of this
Bro,
room,
they
we
do
gotta
like
see
the-
this shit.
No. I set you up right now. They do the whole scenario. They're like
Send me
going
the
on,
login, bro.
Captain's going to jerk off.
they're
right as soon as
going
we get out
on
of
like
this
a
one.
promiscuous date with this black
Wow.
guy, this and
So
that.
usually, so it's an interracial thing. So usually they
Yeah.
predominantly get white chicks.
You always say that poor
White
girl.
girls
Best
are
of the best.
fucking fire.
That
bro.
poor
Inclusion,
girl.
baby. Diversity,
LA
inclusion.
fucking 15s, and the fact that they
Yes.
got them, I don't know who does the agency type wise.
I don't know, but I want that job. I want that job.
I don't know
Poor
what
girl.
Bezos.
I don't know if they
I
sell
want
them a
that job.
401k or whatnot, but bro, they
That
get
poor
fucking dime
girl.
pieces.
Oh
dog.
yeah.
When you watch it,
Absolutely.
that's all you're gonna say. That poor girl.
And they have to
As
live with
I've
that for the
gotten
rest of their
older,
life.
as I've
that's my
gotten
top
older,
three.
I've like seen
that's my
porn,
top
and I'm
three.
like, wow, that chick cried herself to sleep tonight.
Oh my god.
You
It's
mean
not
like
even that,
Adriana
just
Check It?
Dime pieces where you're like,
Wow.
oh, you're so hot. Why are you doing this?
That's more like Adriana Check It,
Money, bro.
Another one, yes. Yeah.
which is a fellow Twitch streamer.
yeah.
No, Adriana
Oh
Check.
my
She's
God.
She's a Twitch streamer now.
and
She's
you're-
a legendary
She's a Twitch
inside out
streamer now.
person.
backstory.
She's a Twitch streamer. now.
Backstory. Very close friends with Adriana Chechik.
You?
Tonight.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
backstory.
Oh,
Works with Adriana Chechik.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep,
she's
and
a
then
Twitch
they go-
streamer now.
And then they go, oh, who's Adriana Chechik? You pull up black. Done.
Here's her asshole, and here's when it's done.
Is she streaming
Wow.
right now? Like, can we watch it?
Probably.
Can we
not.
comment on it while we're doing
I
that?
actually
commentary.
was like a part
All
of
right,
one
so
of her
let's
games
get
that
into
she
your
did.
six
all
six sadistic ways.
It's not, mine's not that sadistic at all. I go by what's popular. I go to the hits page. I go to the like
she's
the
not.
all time for this month page, because the way I see it is, if it's on there, it's been vetted by millions of people. It's
Correct.
probably pretty good.
Yep.
So like my chances of finding a good video, they're pretty good.
So you're the caboose and the bukkake.
no.
No, it's not always.
It's
No,
not
no,
all
no.
that. No, it's
Not
not all that. I
always.
find a lot of variety
Yeah,
in
no.
the in the
No.
Honestly, no.
You go for like today's top hits
Yes,
or something
exactly.
like that. It's
Normally,
like
it's just normal porn. But
Yeah.
but people
Whatever's
will,
on the homepage, and it grows from there. I take a little adventure. Just fucking. You find what you like on the homepage, and you fucking navigate
So
through
is that your thing? Is that how you go?
Bo-
I
bo-
do.
Because you're in and you're out.
Yeah,
before
I-
before
dude,
we
like I
get
said, never
before we
listen
get
to
to
a second
you
of content.
before we get to you on Pornhub, what is the highest page you've ever gotten to?
3.
Oh, wow.
Three?
Wow.
3.
I don't use Pornhub, so
Well, if you ever use
I only use porn.
or XNXX, what's like
know.
how many pages
God,
have
it
you
could be
gone deep
anything.
in?
Who knows?
Like
999. You got to page 50.
But you can skip like 30 pages, can't you, in one shot? Like, you
Well-
could also
well,
I vet everyone.
Dude, I haven't gotten to page 12 on Gunbroker.
a gun broker.
wow,
Yeah.
wow. I think I've gotten to like page 78.
No.
Yeah, oh, you got me beat. You got
Yeah,
me beat.
but
Yeah.
you know it
Trill's
refreshes.
checking
So
right
like,
now what page he left off
like
on.
Wait,
pa-
you can see your search history on there?
What?
You can see, like,
God.
Pornhub?
No,
Yeah.
he fucking clears that
Kind of.
shit.
Let's
He's
not
an
air out
idiot.
Trill's.
like page
search
78
history.
today
Kind
is
of,
not
yeah.
the same one tomorrow.
Hey, you know
No,
what? Here's
no,
a
no,
crazy
no. Do you
idea.
know what I do? I go on Google Chrome and I go in incognito, mode.
Incognito.
Doesn't-
I do it all the
Doesn't
time.
save.
Who the
Doesn't
fuck are
save.
you guys hiding your shit from?
The NSA.
Yourselves?
No, just like if I don't know, if someone's trying to use my phone or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I gotta
Dude,
check
you
out
know
this
why?
website.
You know
I
why?
want to show you
Because
something.
Straight up,
Doesn't
because
pop up.
there's me and Justin talked about this a million times. There is that situation where
You had
you
someone.
watch some dirty, disgusting chick being hung
Raunchy
upside
shit.
down and face
my
fuck,
God.
like bro, and then you finish and you turn off your phone and you go to bed, and the next day at work, your boss is like, okay, I need you to send this email, and you pull out your phone and you go to open up your fucking Google email, and the next thing you see is some chick getting throat fucked,
Dude.
and your boss is standing right there, incognito
Happens all
mode.
the time.
The point that I wanted to make before, while you guys were talking about that whole like how
Black.
how at the gay parade and stuff like that, and how like they're being sexualized today, and how society influences a lot of shit. Today I'm with my fucking grandmother. She's 80-something years old.
This is how we started the episode off.
Yes.
She's 80-something years old, bro. She's
Yeah.
80-something years old. And I fucking pull out my phone. I was like, let me go on Instagram. A couple of guys in the chat. I was like, let me go check it. I fucking pulled up. Some girl's fucking ass is right there on the screen. She's like,
That almost happened to me a
she
couple
goes,
times.
Jimmy Gasso, which means, what's that?
Oh my god.
Grandma,
What'd
I
you
don't-
say? Yeah.
Grandma, I don't know. I'm a piece of shit. I don't know. I don't know.
Did you try and explain to her like culture nowadays?
Grandma, I'm a
How
piece
No,
of shit.
This
But
is an
her
accepted
So you want to
norm?
hear something though
I'm
about
gonna
these
pull up
chicks?
I'm going to pull up the actual picture. She
So-
looked at me so disgusted. I go,
Oh well, you are disgusting.
So we
100%.
we were out somewhere, and there was all these hot girls walking by, and I've finally like determined we are in the Matrix, because some of these girls, Like, you go to certain areas, and they're like cookie cutters made in a lab. Like,
Yeah, the
tall,
lab-grown
blonde,
meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, fit body. Yes,
Wow.
that's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
That's an NPC, bro.
That was on my
Yes.
feed. I
So-
pulled it up and,
Dude.
and then
Oh, I
I tried
can't
to
even
exit.
pull up my
I tried to
Instagram. It's
exit
bad.
and I couldn't
me-
exit.
yes,
I tried to
yes.
scroll
Look
down
at that.
so
Go
we
to Explore
refreshed the
page.
feed and it wouldn't go.
Yeah, you had
because
no internet?
I had no internet, so we're stuck on that. And she looked at me like, she's like,
Look at that.
Bro,
My
but chicks
Explore
like
page
that,
So-
on Instagram.
chicks like that are
Ass,
NPCs,
Marvel,
bro.
and Jurassic Park.
Oh, wait,
I got a story, I got a
wait,
story.
everybody.
What a
Okay,
fucking
here, I got
So-
a challenge for everybody. I'm sorry, man. All right,
No,
pull up
this
your,
has to do with it. This
pull
has
up
to
your
do with
Instagram.
Look at this.
Pull up your Instagram.
Ass, titties,
Go to your
Marvel.
Explorer page.
it. Oh God.
Top 3 things.
It's bad.
All right, my top 3
Where's your
things.
Explorer page?
I'm looking at a cabin in the woods, a political meme, and some chick shaking her ass.
Oh, yours is all ass.
Wow.
Wow.
So this is why I want to bring up this
Look,
story.
it's all ass. It's
Wow.
all chicks.
His
1, 2, 3,
ass,
4.
tits, Marvel, a little bit of
No,
Jurassic
there's not
Park.
even Marvel. It's ass,
So,
tits, and post
My
Marvel.
phone, my phone is being used to record this thing, but if you did go to mine, it'd be just people
Reed
praying,
Richards.
people building houses. It'd probably be some Star Wars video, and there'd be nothing out of the ordinary.
No, I wanted to get into that because listen, I have a problem. So I just started
you
dating
do
a
have
new
a
girl.
problem.
Yes.
And let me address this problem because I need to address it for a while here. Okay. You pick these chicks that like show up at 3:00 in the morning at a bodega.
He's a bodega cat, bro. He's
Exactly.
in his, that's his
The
element.
ratchet.
Oh, bro,
That's his
everybody's
environment.
going
No,
nuts
no.
about this chick.
He
Oh
gets-
my God.
If you look up the
Oh, that's
definition
Danielle.
of ratchet,
This nigga.
She's DM'd
I
me
can't.
before.
who?
That
She got like triple E's.
big ass.
Sorry for those who are listening.
Tits.
Just
I've had
envision a really hot
conversation with her
girl.
before.
Really hot girl, just envision her.
All right.
That's probably
So
what
hold
they're
on.
talking
Let me
about.
get into this, right?
Yeah.
Here's the problem with Instagram,
You
right?
have a ratchet issue, bro.
I still got the mommy milker chick.
Oh God.
Oh, let me see it.
Get to it. Get to it. Let's
Here's
go.
the problem with Instagram, right? So I just got into a new relationship, right? And every time I get into a new relationship, I go through my phone and my social media. I'm like, all right, time to clean up the smut shit, right? So I start deleting people, start deleting accounts, start,
Whoa.
Cat,
Cat,
getting
this
rid
is
of
all you.
getting rid of just females, just to
Holy
make sure,
shit.
there ain't nothing incriminating on there for her to use against me or be like, who's that, blah blah blah. Instagram does not let you leave.
Can I make one
It
suggestion?
doesn't.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
They
Wait.
don't let
I
you
understand
leave.
what
It
he's
doesn't
saying.
let you
They
leave.
don't
Yeah,
let you
they will
leave.
all. Your algorithm is set in stone. That's
Yes.
it. It's
Yeah.
done.
Yes.
But can I make one
Ten
suggestion since you're in a new
Commandments.
relationship?
Etched in stone.
Okay. And I say
Oh,
this
that's
in
out the
all
window in a
seriousness.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Own it. Okay.
Oh, no, she
why
doesn't
are you
care.
looking at this?
She doesn't
'Cause
care.
it's titties.
Yeah.
It's titties.
No, she doesn't care. She fully supports it. She's like, "You're a man. Do what you want."
I've
right?
never-
Newsflash, I'm not gay.
Yeah.
I've never.
Right.
Do not. Do
I do it
nation-
out of respect.
No,
I do it out of
no,
respect.
No, because you know what?
I do it
You
out of
chipped-
respect.
You chipped away
I
at a little
do
bit.
it out of
No,
respect.
because then you don't respect
I
yourself.
can't even get a fucking discount from Apple.
You don't respect yourself, bro. Because you chipped away at who you are to be the man she wants you to be. She accepts you for who the fuck you are, and you like big titties and fat asses. And if you didn't like big titties and fat asses, you wouldn't fucking be dating her to begin with. Okay? So
Why
fuck
is
that
this
shit.
true? Why
Fuck
is
that
this so
shit.
right?
Speak
Own
that
it.
shit.
Own it.
Own it.
Speak your
Fucking own it. You don't like this? Walk away. Because I'll keep looking at these bitches after you're gone. It doesn't matter.
Damn it, Captain. Tell me something you fuck. Tell me how you
Fuck.
really feel.
Fuck. Why is he right?
He is
No,
right.
He's absolutely
'cause-
right.
'cause
But Instagram won't let you leave.
Too many dudes do this. This is why, look, there is a weird dynamic between guys and girls. There's these dudes that just think they're big time players. They got the 6-pack abs. They got the BMW with the license plate that says, I got abs. Bro, like, and they can nail down any fucking bitch they want. And they're going to own all the shit they want because every girl is going to chase them. Then all the hot girls are out there with their tits and their asses and shit because if you don't do what they say, you're going to do what they say. And if you don't do what they say, you're going to
Minions.
do what they say.
Minions.
At least
They're
just
just
fucking
fucking-
own.
Minions.
Yeah. Just own your
They're all
shit and
grooves.
don't take
Fuck boy.
any bullshit,
Fuck
bro.
boy.
You are who you
Banana,
are.
banana.
How old are you
Banana,
now?
banana.
33.
Dude, you're 30. So am I. We're not changing, bro. This is who the fuck we are. You take it or you leave it.
This goes back to what we were saying before. Why
My
why
body,
has
my
it
choice.
No, this goes back to why has it become a bad thing for women to be in the house and men to go out and do the work, right? Like, that's just the way fucking nature is.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
is it like so stigmatized
But like,
or made such a bad
it's not
thing?
only like public accounts or public figures. Like, there's some questionable people that I used to fuck
Follow
with in
them.
my single
Yeah,
life.
Follow
That
them.
I'm just like, I don't want any
I don't even
problems.
delete old photos.
Scorched
Oh
earth,
my
bro.
Whoa!
I put them in
Fuck it.
hidden.
Whoa!
I put it in a
mode.
folder, bro.
Scorched earth.
Hidden
I-
folder.
I have a whole hidden
Hope the
folder.
marketing
I have
lady's
a-
not
You
watching
think
this.
I'm
I have
gonna
a whole
delete
hidden
photos
folder.
from his wedding day because my ex is in it? No, she
Oh,
don't.
no,
she
no,
don't
that, yeah.
deserve
What about, like,
to
titties?
lose
They
those
just-
You got
memories.
pictures of
He
titties?
just bailed himself out real well. I have to
Yeah,
say, yeah.
she don't deserve. She doesn't deserve for me to lose those memories in my phone because
Right.
your fucking mug is in it.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. You don't like that? The pictures there? Too bad. It's my phone. I pay the bill.
Right.
Captain's
right.
had this argument many times in his own
But
head.
I'm talking about
In real life.
explicit content and material.
I got a question for you
Own
guys.
it.
I got a question
Own
for you
it.
guys.
You did it before she was there. If she didn't give you that, you wouldn't want it.
I got a question for you
Go
guys.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead. All right. Let Jimbo say his
I think
piece.
this is a good question for everybody because we're all men. I mean, you're married, but all like the single guys in the room.
So he's not a man
I'm
anymore.
not a man
You're
anymore. I've been
piece of shit.
castrated.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna. You know what? I don't even want to be part of this
No,
kind
no,
of.
no,
Oh
no,
my
because you might get in
God.
trouble. But not really. This is not a bad question.
His wife don't listen.
But, but here's the thing.
We're also what?
Wait,
We're
wait,
145 in, even if she did.
Yeah.
No way she's that far in. So whatever. Safety's off, baby.
We're in the
No,
safety
just
zone
fucking-
now. Nobody
I'm just
makes it
fucking
an hour
Yeah.
45.
It's just us, and we won't even listen to it. Yeah.
Here's a question. Why do guys fall in love? Not fall in love. Why are guys attracted to a female, get that female, and then want them to change their ways?
Weak. They're weak. They're weak. Learn who you are first. I went through the shit. You guys who are my friends in here understand. I will not share it online. You guys understand I went through shit. And I now know in my life, like, figure out who you are. The biggest problem with men with some men is straight up, they don't get their dicks touched enough. And I'm saying that to be funny, but
But it is.
But
it-
seriously.
but no. Let me break it down. Like, unfortunately, some guys out there don't pull as many girls as other guys do, and that's what causes like people to go crazy and to become, I finally got the girl I want, so now my whole identity is about getting a girl because I wasn't getting girls in the past. I got the girl I want. She wants me to do X, Y, and Z. I better start doing X, Y, and Z.
So let me elaborate on that question, because valid point. So like, let's say you meet this girl, gorgeous, dime piece, right? She happens to be on Instagram. She's posting fucking scandalous pictures, and she's on OnlyFans and shit like that. She's got OnlyFans, right? You start dating. You fell in love with her. You were attracted by her.
Impossible, but okay.
And then all of a sudden, 2 months later, you're like, I don't want you to do any of that shit.
I understand. 100% that happens probably
It
every
happens
day.
a lot.
But you have to understand something.
Would
I'm-
you let your girl, let's say your girl right now, tomorrow, who says, hey,
We're,
I'm gonna start-
me and my girl are trying to talk about selling feet on fucking OnlyFans, bro.
fucking love you, dude.
Okay, so
I love you.
we're looking at like a second source of income over here.
My
But-
friend.
Captain's
it's
giving his own personal insight.
But dude, I'm telling you,
I know why.
it's a fucking $1 billion
feedfinder.com.
industry.
Feedfinder.com.
Yeah, I know.
I got an
we
account.
searched
real quick, ask your question. Your first, because you're going into like what you think. He's asking like why does this happen?
Because I'm the
You're
authority
giving like
on
your
this
own.
shit.
You're giving the reason why
So
you do
why
it. So
does
I'm gonna give
why
you why
does
this
it
actually
that
happens.
why is it that guys at first they see, let's say, Demi Rose Marby, right? That's
Yes.
everybody collectively knows who she is, right? Let's
He's
say
on
you
this
enter a
podcast.
relationship with her. 95% of the time, if that boyfriend's gonna turn to her and say, "I don't want you doing this no more."
Why not?
All right. So why does the boy?
Why
Why
does-
does the man do that to that?
Yes.
Why get in the relationship? Why bother being that
So
guy? It's
the
not
reason
worth
why,
it.
the reason why is when you are trying to nail down someone of the caliber of Demi Rose Marby, you'll deal with it in the beginning because you just want to get your foot in the door. But then once you get your foot in the door, you want to make sure that you pull the hook, you pull the line and you hook the girl. So then you don't want her putting herself out there and doing things like that because then that is a threat to your like control over the situation. That's why That's why people try and everyone does that. It's not just guys. Women try and change men all the time. As you know, you get in a longer relationship with them and you get married.
I can fix him.
Exactly, right? That you want someone, you want to make
reason
sure
why
you like
guys got married.
latch onto someone and make sure that they are gonna like behave more in a way that suits you. It's a normal thing. I'm not saying it's even a bad thing or whatever. That's why it's a natural process. Like, why does the this is going into the animal kingdom now, right? But why does you could look at like the lion pride, right? The males are like the dominant species, and they will attack anyone else who tries to like mate with one of the females. Why? Nah, motherfucker, that's my girl. Right? So it's that sort of same mentality.
Right.
Yeah.
But we do it in a more civilized manner, obviously. We don't shoot the other guys. We try and like change the way the woman behaves to just be like, you're only mine. You're not anyone else.
We're talking about two different situations here. The leader of the wolf pack or the lion pride has the right to mate with all the females. He is getting his dick licked by all the girls in the group. That's why he's fighting everybody. You're talking about why bother dating Demi Rose, whatever. My point is why she's an NPC. She's a non-playable character, bro. There's no fucking point. Maybe you're lucky the one night you're out, you're looking your fucking finest, you rented a Benz, you got a hotel at the Four Seasons, whatever. She might think you're fucking Trill from LA, the Joker King of fucking Twitch or whatever.
Yes.
And she'll go home and she'll fuck him that one night. But to start
I hope so.
Yeah,
I
that's
hope. Better send us a photo.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But to
I want a
physically
video.
get involved with a woman like her is ludicrous. You have to be a special type of person. I just found out Bella Danger has a boyfriend. You gotta be a special type of individual to watch your girl's hiney get turned inside out, bro. Like,
Now,
there's
would you
no
consider-
reason as people on our level and the people who are listening to this show. I'm sorry, Doom Nation, but we're not bagging porn stars out here, all right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Speak
for yourself. This guy does it all the time in LA.
This guy fucks. This guy fucks.
He fucks, bro.
It's like, what is it?
This guy fucks.
Logan Paul's boy who dated
Mike Malek.
Mike-
He
yeah.
was dating Lana Rhodes.
He was
Everybody
dating Lana Rhodes.
knows what Lana. She's a dime piece and a half. But have you ever seen the videos?
What?
The comment section. So she had a kid with someone else, obviously. So she posted up a video.
my girl Bonnie couldn't even put her
Wait,
kid on
wait.
fucking Instagram anymore.
This is great. You want to hear this? So she went on a podcast with the baby. She's holding the baby, right?
Oh my
She went
God.
public
No
with the baby.
standards.
She
Come
went
on.
public with the baby.
You mean tell me Lana Rhodes has no
fucking
standards?
The comments were absolutely phenomenal. Someone was like, "That baby looks like everyone." It was ruthless. It was ruthless.
shit.
But here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing. If you date a woman like that, right? You, as a man,
Jamie's on a fast track to get canceled right now.
100%.
Dive in.
Listen, that's all I want to do is get canceled.
I got important information now.
As a man, I don't want other men to look at my girl.
Right.
Then don't date fucking Alana Rose.
And
Right.
explicit, but this is the thing. A lot of men date these women thinking that the same way women say, I can fix him, men can say, I can change her.
And they're weak.
Yeah, that's the exact same thing.
They
I mean,
can't
that's my
do
point.
it. And then they
But you know
get
what?
into this like little like Warhammer. Right? Warhammer, Christy Mack is his favorite. You ever hear that story?
Yeah.
Where he beat the
Warhammer,
shit out of her?
Oh yeah.
Beat the shit out of Christy Mack
Jeez.
because she was out here doing her thing, but she's a porn star.
So,
You thought
listen.
you
Don't
could
date a
take-
porn star.
This is probably where I'm gonna get canceled, right? But this is probably the most messed up thing to say. But maybe our culture has got it wrong, right? I'm not saying we did.
Overshot the mark
I'm not
like the
saying
gay
we did.
community.
But have you ever sat there, right? Especially in our job, we see a lot of people. Have you ever looked at respectively, a Muslim woman underneath all that,
seen
and
the
wondered,
Yeah,
Oh, I guarantee you
which one
they
And
are
wondered-
gorgeous. Yes.
and wondered, and you know, if you ever see them with their husband, you just think like, this is a
Good for
lucky
you.
man.
Good for you, yeah.
No one else will
Well,
They're
ever
all
see
perfect.
it.
without a doubt, they are absolutely gorgeous,
Yeah.
and
Right.
and without a doubt, in my opinion, that whole culture of like completely, covering them up is a byproduct of exactly what we're talking about. Men don't want other men looking at their women, right?
Exactly.
It's just part of their culture. That's how they do it, right? We might try and change the OnlyFans girl.
Yeah.
In their culture, in the Muslim culture, they
don't gotta worry about it.
head to toe.
But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, though, too. Like, for me, if my girl went to the beach and she was wearing her bathing suit, it's like, yeah, hey, look, this is my girl. You can't have her. I'm taking her home. But when you go and take fucking bikinis where it's up her ass, and her
but now you're
titties
getting old
popping
school,
out,
bro. But
then it's like, yo, babe, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So it's like,
Can I make
it's
one
kind
comment?
of weird. Yeah.
It's 10 o'clock and we were going to the bar
Yeah.
tonight.
Well, we have
shit.
6 more minutes to go. We're gonna wrap it up in exactly 2 hours. Let's finish. Whatever else we want to wrap
We're
up
going
here.
solid. Let's
Yeah,
go
but you know what
solid.
you're talking
2
about, though?
hours.
Like, you're worried about your girl being too sexy. That I have no problem with. Because at the end of the day, it's your girl. Your girl's not a porn star. Your girl's not an IG thought. Your girl's not an OnlyFans whore. Your girl's your girl. So if she wants to wear something sexy, like, you're the winner of the day.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, on her Instagram, I don't know, I'm not going to say 10,000 people are commenting it or liking it, but, like, when you date Alana Rhodes and you go to the beach, shit's going to get out of hand.
Real
Yeah.
quick.
You know what I
You
mean?
better be
Like,
carrying a strap.
yeah. When your girl goes to the beach with you, and I'm not saying your girl's not a dime piece and your girl's not beautiful, nothing like that, but at the end of the day, she's not famous. So 10,000 people aren't going to comment.
And be like,
Yeah.
oh, I know her.
Yeah.
I've jerked
Yeah.
off to you
Exactly.
1,000 times.
You get the luxury of going.
100% I would
You get
do
the
that,
luxury
right?
of going to the beach and being like, I got a bad bitch. Fuck all of you.
But my thing is, you know how, like, right now in this day and age, right now in society itself, women, we want
We are
an
down a
average man.
dangerous track.
An average man wants a woman to respect herself, right?
Yes.
Right. And
To an extent.
But
to
we
an
only
extent.
get them. We only get attracted to them by them not respecting themselves.
Yes, and that's
It's
my
just- it's
point.
bizarre.
And that's
Yeah.
my
Bizarre.
point. It's just such a fuckery because it's
A
like
mind fuck.
It's
yeah.
like I wanted you because you're so fucking hot.
You're
You're so
filthy.
sexy. But at the same time, if I'm with you for 3 months, you ain't doing this shit no
Yeah, you
more.
better stop being a filthy.
You're fucking done with this.
Done.
You're
part
done.
of the mating process, man. We are still animals, right? And it's part of the mating fucking
Yeah.
process. Women in the animal world, they put themselves out there. The female lionesses, when they don't have a male, they put themselves out there. Hey, I'm available. All right, they don't have Instagram, but they put themselves out there and they put off pheromones.
It'd
or
be
whatever
a
the
lot
fuck,
cooler if
right?
they did.
Female
Dude, I
women
gotta
do the
say-
same shit.
Oh my
Then a male
God.
comes along, chooses her, and the male says, "Nah, time to change." It's just an
I got
natural
I got to
process.
say though, if you think of it, who here has watched? And I hate using it as a reference. Who here has watched The Last Kingdom on
I have
Netflix?
not, no.
Okay,
you
so,
should.
So it's about medieval. It's about the end of medieval England, right? And there's this warrior. He's a great warrior for the king and all this stuff. And he falls in love a few times, and his wife gets killed. Spoiler warning, right? And I was thinking,
Fuck,
like,
I'm not watching it.
I was thinking, like, you got to think for yourself though, like all those years ago, and I'm talking, what, 500, 600, 1,000 years ago.
This isn't like the hundreds.
Yeah.
Like the
So
years are like
when,
hundreds, not
back
thousands.
then,
Yeah.
No.
you were lucky to walk through a town and see an attractive woman that could fall in love with you. You married somebody because this is your other person. They hunt and fish and gather with you. They keep the house warm with you. They do all the important. You are in love with this person not only because they are beautiful, but because they are capable. And there's none of this equality bullshit. If you are a shitty fucking hunter, I don't want to
bigot.
marry you, right? Because if I can't bring home the deer, maybe you're going to bring home a turkey or something or a rabbit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it makes sense. It makes sense when a rival village showed up and killed your wife. You will go to war.
Right.
You will go to war. But now,
As you do right now.
But now, fast forward though, your girl breaks up with you. Some dude moves in and takes your girl because he's a little bit richer. He's a little bit more ripped. He's a little bit this, that, blah, blah, blah. You just go back on Pornhub and you start whacking it right away. Like there's no.
Here's a
That's
perfect-
bad, right? Because that's
Yes.
almost like you have a safety net of detachment from reality in a way, right? Like
It-
there's no, like if there are real world consequences to something that occurs, well, at least I have cyberspace I can fall back on. That's not maybe good.
You go
How
on
about this?
Hinge. You can go on Tinder.
Yeah.
How about this? Troy
Yeah,
was
it's-
literally done because the guy's wife left him to go to Babylon. I think it was Babylon, if I'm not mistaken. And there was a whole war for 10 years.
Sparta.
No, it was
You've been talking about like the fall of Troy, like Achilles?
Troy,
No,
the
Sparta,
city
bro.
of Troy.
Yeah, Helen was the Spartan queen.
Helen of Troy.
And Paris was there in Sparta, like political mission.
Yeah.
Fell in love with Helen of Troy. Took her back to Troy. And I forget his name. Paris, yes,
yeah.
Paris, and
and then
the king of
went,
king of Sparta was allied with the king of
so Greece went over
right.
and then went to war for 10 years over his wife.
That's a great movie, dude. Actually,
Yes.
in that movie, there's a great line by King Priam where he goes, like where he's deciding, like, should we just basically throw Helen back to the Greeks and be like, fuck off, like, leave us alone. And he's like, well, he's like, I fought a lot of wars in my day over, like, money, politics, land. He's like, I guess if we're going to fight a war, he's like, love would make the most sense over what war we're going to fight. Thought that was a pretty wise quote.
Yeah, and he still lost his pussy.
And on that exact note, we are closing it because I want to go to the bar. I want to eat something. I want to go to the bar. Doom Nation, thank you. Guys, shout out your shit, boys.
Thank you.
You can catch us on the Doughboys channel. Type in the Last Lights Podcast on YouTube. You can find us there. Also, you can find Trillboy on Twitch at Trillboy15.
Yes, sir.
Doing his stream thing, especially with that hair. You can tell he's a streamer.
Yeah.
And then also, I am streaming on YouTube as Kriz, Kryz. You can catch me, Kriz Gaming, on YouTube. I'm all over the place with my schedule. Bodega Cat, yeah, you? Okay, cool.
You'll find him on your local corner store.
You can find him.
You can find me on the streams.
You
on
did
their
Facebook,
streams.
though, right? You did Facebook.
Yeah,
We're trying to get him on.
Here.
We're trying to
I'm
get him on.
moderator.
It's my moderator
Mods.
right here.
All right, yeah, you can catch us on
I'm in Twitch
on
jail.
YouTube
Yep.
at the Last Lights Podcast and Trillboy on Twitch TV.
And
Thank you.
you're-
Hey, wait, let me say something. You guys are fucking pivotal to this whole thing. Honestly,
Yes.
you guys do some great shit.
Thank
You
Thank
guys
you.
talk about hard-hitting subjects that a lot of people avoid.
true.
Honestly, on
It's
some
true.
real shit
It's
that
true.
people really take account into, and like I said, I genuinely enjoy you guys. I really
you.
do.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Thank you guys for joining us. This was honestly
Yo,
one of the
what's
most...
your fucking...
Real quick,
your
this was
sponsor?
one of the most fun and funny podcasts
Yeah.
I have, probably the funniest I've ever done in my life. Never laughed as hard as I did.
That should be the
tonight. Thank
promo
you.
for this. Before
Yeah.
so people stay
No, I
for 2
thought it was
hours.
Don't Come at Me.
What's your... Yeah.
Yes, that's what it's called. Don't come with it.
What's your sponsor?
Oh my God! So yeah, on Twitch, I am sponsored by Rogue Energy. If you want, you could get a 10% off code for your first purchase, which would be Trillboy at Rogue Energy. So if you want to go over there, I also too have a special link on my Twitch. Gives you, I think, an extra like 5% or something like that.
Too much fucking know.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
dude.
yeah.
Think of this though. We
Hey,
started
thank you.
this. We
Thank you,
started
guys.
this, and
Thank
now
you,
we
guys.
have sponsors. If
Yep.
this episode made you want to drink, head over to 13 Stripes Winery. Use promo code Doom to get 10% off your purchase. Doom Nation, I hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll be back next week. Adios.
Later.
Peace.